Did you say Cobra Kai Network?
Yeah, you did.
Dang it, I was muted. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, let me make sure this is not on mute. I think we're good. If it is, someone's have to let me know. Alright. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cobra Kai Karate. Welcome back to a brand new video today of episode 58 of Cobra Kai Network. And yes, real quick before I start, if you are new to the channel on this channel, this is live streamed on a second channel like 4 days before on a different channel called Cobra Kai Karate Live. So if you're watching this on my main channel after it's reposted, click the link in the comments and you'll see it. But Way of the Cobra, what's up? How you doing? Melissa, how are you? All right. So actually, this is kind of my fault. I'm not gonna honest. Yeah, they will. I got no one on, not one guest. This is a sad time for me. You know, everyone just left me off in the dust. No, it's kind of my fault. So I was planning not to do it today and do it tomorrow, but then I realized tomorrow I'm really busy because like it's my brother's birthday party. I didn't even know it was his birthday until I woke up, so I had no idea. So now I was like, all right, I gotta do it tonight. So then I texted everyone like, hey, can we do network in 1 hour? I think one person said yes, but he just left me on red. So we're gonna. I'm sure people will come on in a little bit, and I'll put the link in the chat. So right now you're just working it for me. All right, so no guest. I'm sorry, but goodness. Okay. Oh boy. Underground, what's up? How are you? Cobra Kai Hawk, how are you? Oh, bro. Okay, listen. I didn't know. All right, gosh. How about I have like 8 siblings. How am I supposed to remember all their birthdays? Like I forget most of their names. Okay. All right, we got a guest. Let's go. World, what's up?
What's up? Thank you for tuning into this video and welcome to Shallow, guys.
You know, I think I actually liked it better without guest, if I'm being honest.
Oh, wow.
I'm joking. Thank you, Cobra Kai World, for coming on. You know, what do you say? On time is late, late's on time, something like that. I have no idea. Whatever.
Early's on time is late.
Yeah, I forgot the little saying there. Oops. How is your week? Wait, no, frick, that's like a reading. How is your week this week? Pretty good. I've been trying to. I actually recorded. I remember one day I couldn't go to sleep, so I recorded like 2 videos. I made a video on Tori. I made a couple videos about. I don't even remember what else I made a video on, but I was planning on editing those and posting them today, but I lost my phone. That's been lost for the last 2 days, so hopefully I can find that soon. I remember all my siblings, and I have 6 siblings. Well, clearly you're just a smarter tool in the shed, because I just have bad memory. Where's the link? I mean, hey, you want to join? I'll put the link in the chat in a little bit, in like about a couple minutes, because I think Tristan's going to join soon as well. Bonsai Cobra Kai World. Like Johnny would probably say, being on time is for nerds. Yeah, that's true, I guess. Or is it? I have no idea. Anyway, so as far as Cobra Kai news, we have absolutely nothing. Because I think we discussed all that in the last one with the stuff with starting to write in February. If you're not fully caught up on the news, I think it's been confirmed they're gonna start writing in February, and yeah, it's kind of been confirmed, and I believe that they usually renew the show before they start writing. So I think we'll get a season 6 renew this month or somewhere really early in February. So look out for that. And a renew is not gonna be like a trailer or anything. A renew is just Netflix saying it's gonna happen 100% and start its first mark in promotion, and also give us the season 6 logo, which we haven't saw yet. Which there's been a couple fan art of the season 6 logo, which has been cool, but seeing the real logo would be cool. I'm interested to see what they do for that logo.
Imagine they just use the fan one.
Hey, I mean, that would work. I think it looks cool. So okay, I'll put the link in the chat now, and we can talk all things Cobra Kai. Let's hope it doesn't get outrageous, because some of my lives, you know, they just talk about. We just go on, but whatever.
Zone.
Yeah, that says it. So he's not here, thank God. Last time, what you guys talk about? You guys are saying that I eat people. You guys would not shut up about the squirrels. We had about a 30-minute argument about the squirrels. I'm not going about the squirrels again. And then Zone saying stuff about like Hitler and Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm like, what in the hell are you guys talking about? Like, can we please stand? Like, it was crazy. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise that Zone said he can't make it today.
And Sylvester Stallone.
We're not. We're okay. We're not going there. Okay. I actually have a theory in regards to Sam and Tori that I'll tell you when I talk to you guys on live. All right. That was a great love. You cannot lie. Can't lie. Whoa. World. I think CBK just showed his I mean I think
What?
he just I think CBK just came out of the closet here. He said that was a great love. You can't even lie. What the hell?
I don't understand what that means, but okay.
Yikes. Who are you referring to exactly? They released a type trailer. I could get to for Wednesday, if I'm being honest. I
How
know
the heck did they renew season 2 for Wednesday?
I know it literally came out like a month
But
ago.
they haven't. It's been like almost 4 months since season 5 came out, and they still haven't renewed it. Like what? Like what the is going on?
I don't know, guys. The show is big, which I guess it is. I mean, it's another like teenage Netflix show, which it gets really popular on Netflix. What I'm sorry if there's any like huge Netflix TV drama show that everyone's talking about, like la 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 la. I usually don't watch it, okay? Because it just annoys me. Like every teenager is like, oh my gosh, Wednesday. They're doing their weird, like whatever the frick this is, and the songs, the edits, all of the stuff makes me want to just jump off my roof. I hate it. I'm sorry. I'm assuming the show's not bad. I'm not saying the show's bad. I just have no interest. Nothing about it interests me. I've never been a big fan of what do you say? Adam's Family anyway. So, I'm not saying it's bad, but I just would rather not watch. I'd rather watch other stuff. There's more stuff that intrigues me more than that. There's nothing with the plot or trailer or anything that I saw that intrigues me at all. Okay, live. Thank God. I was like, what in the world is he talking about? Especially okay, we're not talking about the Italian Stallion. Tim Burton directing is a little cool. I mean, I think he's the perfect director for a show like Wednesday, since he directed like, Beetlejuice and like the Christmas Horror Story, whatever the hell that movie thing is called. Like he's the perfect director for that kind of show. So that's the only thing that I would say is cool that I would get me want to watch it, but I don't know, not enough to really watch it, and it's just the whole fan base of it just makes me mad. Oh gosh, but I guess the Cobra Kai fan base can be weird sometimes too. So maybe I will give it a chance one time, but as far as for now, I'm not watching that. But on to the other thing, I'll put the link in the chat now if whoever wants to join. Come on and talk. I'll put the link in the chat now, and we'll talk about some Cobra Kai stuff. And yeah, and one more thing I would like to mention, I will start. I'm gonna be doing a lot more collabs because I've been getting in contact with a lot of creators. Some people that I have collabed with before, some people I never collabed with in ever. Some bigger creators, smaller creators. I'm trying to do a lot more collabs. And if you guys do want to do a collab with me one time, just text me on Instagram or Twitter. It's just Cobra Kai Karate. You should find me. I have the exact same profile picture as my one on YouTube, so that'll indicate that to me. And yeah, just text me, and I will. We can try to set it up because I love doing collabs. They're some of the funnest things to talk to Cobra Kai fans because I don't meet too many people living out in the middle of nowhere, and when I do meet them, they don't watch Cobra Kai, so I never hardly get to talk to someone about Cobra Kai. That's why I love doing YouTube because it's just like a whole different world of people you can talk to about all sorts of different stuff. So yeah, and I don't think I actually met one person ever that watched or even likes Cobra Kai besides like me. No, I don't want to collaborate with you. I don't want to collaborate with you. Okay.
Damn.
We have Underground. What's up, Underground?
What's up?
What's
How
up?
is everybody doing?
Good. Doing good.
That's what's up.
Yeah. In Zone. Oh, you'd love to collaborate with me, but you can't make it tonight. Oh, sorry, Cobra Kai Karate. I can't make it tonight. As he's here in my chat, who else smells some? Who else smells some bull crap? I think he was like, you know what?
Classic Zone.
I'm just too better for Cobra Kai karate. You know, I'm too better. Yeah, just insulting what it is. So,
There he is.
Zone.
jeez, bro, like what is wrong with this kid? Like, you listen. I'll say this. Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere. Like, if you came to my house, first off, my driveway is about a mile long. Like, if you walk down my driveway, it'd take at least 5 minutes to get down there. So, yeah. And I live in the middle of nowhere. Like, I have not had a neighbor ever since I lived, like, in my old house, like, in 2018. I used to live, like, at a trailer. Not a trailer park. I was just a trailer. I never lived in a trailer park. In my defense, crowd, I just didn't. I meant in my defense, your streams are boring. My streams are boring. Okay, Zone. Again, no offense. Offense, not freaking offense. Well, Zone, at least I actually make content. Sorry about that. That was a bit mean. All right, I was the roasted Zone. I don't want to. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I was just joking. Okay, so give me some theories now, because there's nothing up here. I need something to keep this entertaining. You got any theories? Wait. World, do you have that Instagram stuff?
Yes.
Let's go. All right, come on, give it to me. He always has these Instagram polls for season 6 theories, and he always reads them for me.
And they just keep getting ridiculous.
Yeah, they get worse. You know that guy. You know that one guy.
They get worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Honestly, I've never seen actually a good theory on there. I've seen like basic theories. Like, all right, that's a pretty basic theory, but like never a good one, like ever. There's never like, oh, that's really good. Like, there's nothing on there. No offense. I mean, maybe your followers are just not the, bright.
Most of them are whack.
Yeah, that is true. Especially when we go on Instagram lives, you live, and then I freaking chickmunks joining my lives, talking about all sorts of stuff. Like my Instagram lives are so normal until you join, because you have so much followers, and there's so much weird people that come on my live because of you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, jeez.
Yeah, I don't want them there either.
Yeah. Jeez, like Chickmunks joined the live one time. It was talking about Ad Simon and stuff, and then
That's Simon. That's Simon.
Yeah, it was weird. We make these streams fun. Fair. That's fair enough. Then why do you watch them? Why do you watch them? I think he's talking about Zone. Can you believe Karate actually thinks he can roast CBK?
Can you?
Shut up. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's up to you guys. Can I roast?
I'm just kidding.
That one I see happening.
I don't like to be disrespectful to anybody. Okay, so
Yeah.
I usually don't. But because I don't know I don't know what can make people mad, what can not make people mad. Like if I'm good friends with someone, I can joke with them as much as I want. But if it's, I'm not sure. I could joke about one thing, they could get offended. So I just tend to be normal, or not normal, just watch what I say. Because in Terry Silver fight for the legacy of Cobra Kai, I could see that. I've always said, what I've always imagined what there to be was John Creed. Well, as Terry Silver's in jail for a little while, or he's just doing something, I don't know, or he's dealing with his legal issues. He might not actually even go to jail. He might just be going to court dealing with his legal issues. Because I don't want them to repeat the exact same thing they did Silver to Kreese. Like, oh, now he's in jail. Now he's in jail. Like, who's next? So I'm like, do you really need to go to jail? Do we really have to do all this again? Have a whole thing in jail? Probably just have him be out a couple free episodes, deal with his legal issues, and get out of there by what do you say? Bribing the judge or paying his way out or whatever he does, or just manipulate them in general. And then, real quick, as far as the Kreese Silver fight, I think that Kreese will join with Kim Ba-eun, and they'll be in there for a while. And Kreese will start teaching more soft, you can say. I don't believe it's actually soft, just that's how Kim Ba-eun will look at it. He'll start teaching more like how Johnny teaches, because I think he will start getting redemption, and I think he will. After Kreese gets out, Kreese will walk in the dojo and And Kim Da-eun will set Kreese up, and Silver will be there, and he'll basically just beat the heck out of Kreese, and then Kreese will just, eventually Kreese will go to Miyagi-Do, and I think Kreese will get a second rematch, kind of like the Daniel and Silver fight, where episode 5 Daniel gets destroyed, then episode 10, Daniel actually wins. Not saying Kreese would necessarily win, but I think he would put up a good fight. Like, I want 2 rematches with them, because the Kreese and Silver fight, we never saw that, and that would be really cool. Like 2 best friends fighting, especially all their stuff. Batman wins the Sekai Taikai. Honestly, that's probably a better theory than some of the ones I've heard recently, especially the one in my comments. There's this one guy in my comments. We went on like a whole 15 reply comment war. It was terrible.
It's
And
that guy who won't shut up about Dutch.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's another guy. There's another guy. Oh yeah, and that guy doesn't shut up about Dutch. He is not just Dutch. He talks about everyone. He wants all the original Cobras just to be the main characters. Like he's like, Bobby should be the main character. Jimmy, Dutch, they all got to be the main character. I don't know why. I don't know what he finds them. I don't know what he finds those like. They're cool, but like they're not like main characters. I mean, that's pretty common sense. That sounded wrong. This was like 10 minutes ago. I don't know what I said. What did I say that sounded wrong? And CBK, if that sounded wrong, then I want you to explain this right here, because that sounds pretty wrong. If I may, say there. God, do you need me to talk or to make this stream entertaining? Zone. One time you did say to me, my energy goes down, your views goes down, right? And you bring all the views here. The one you were on about like 3 of my networks prior to my Christmas one, and we had like 50 views, like 4 viewers on my network. The Christmas live stream where you don't come on, I got the most views I ever got on a live video. I got like 20 views. So,
oh shit,
it's just facts, statistics. So I'm just saying, Zone, you should have invited me on. I didn't invite you on. I'm in the backstage. Oh yeah, well I'm listening. I didn't see her. Yeah, I don't wrong my backstage. It always freaking like blurs out. Okay, I'm gonna get caught in the chat and add Melissa on, and then you can read your Instagram stuff. Okay, bro. ADK. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Or me, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, bro, what? Karate has no argument and stick to. Karate has one argument and stick to it. The whole argument. Honestly, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Yeah, Kreese will probably start fighting with Honor. Yeah, I agree. Batman gets destroyed by Stingray. I don't know why you guys think Batman stands chance. Yeah, that's pretty common sense there. Stingray will pull out his amazing moves. Honestly, that was kind of messed up how Stingray started beating up all those kids in the school fight. That was pretty bad. But I think Stingray is actually like, I don't know, I feel like he just never grew out of being a kid. I guess you could say that. But what do you guys think? You guys think we'll see more Stingray, or do you think his arc's over? Because I wouldn't mind if he just left and like
we'll
that was
probably
that.
see more comedic moments from Stingray.
And a good time to just Miyagi-Do. It's confirmed by Netflix. I'd be down for that actually. Bro, it's called autocorrect. Sure, buddy. Try to be honest. Who gets the most views of every? Cry, let's be honest. Who gets the most views out of everyone though? Make me your talk. Who gets the most views out of like the people who come on? Is that what you're saying? Like who comes on gets the most views? Is that what you guys are trying to say? Because if it is, I'd probably say, let's go Talk. Being honest, I think Talk's been on the most actually, more than anyone.
Yep.
But like I've always stated, the views do not matter. There is this guy that is furious for season 6 will probably get killed by Sekai Taikai. Silver will die in prison, and Carmen's baby dies. Like those guys furious to them. Yeah.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like
killed in the Sekai Taikai. Like what the hell? Was Kai just gonna pull out a knife and just stabs Robbie? Like what? Like I'm sorry, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Silver die
Impossible.
in prison. Possible? Or did you say impossible?
Impossible.
Okay, I was like, whoa. I respect opinions, but like, come
Impossible.
on, impossible. I was like, possible. Well, I guess you could say anything's possible in Cobra Kai, but no, that's not happening. Zone, you're not entertaining at all. You drive the viewers away. Dang, but we're about to have Zone and CDK argument now. So I think I'll probably go to jail in season 6.
I don't see it.
I don't know why. I don't think they will. I mean, I guess that would make sense in the legal issues, but
you
like
can
as far
just
as far as the show go, I don't.
you can just tell them that Silver blackmailed them into doing it.
Yeah. I need to hurry up and get. I need to hurry up and get to this. Finish the chat so I can get the peel back on backstage. Trist up with a Cobra. He's been on because I don't think he's been on because I couldn't be on for a very long time. Yeah, CBK. Hey, and guess what? CBK, the CBK return video on my channel got about 120 views. So CBK, you might just be making me get my views back up. What's up, Tristan? All right, what's up, Tristan? And Cobra Kai, yeah, let me add these. I'm back. I was just catching up on the stuff. All right, we have Tristan. Tristan. Okay. Oh yeah, but Melissa, what's up?
Hi, Bon. Hello. How's it going?
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
What?
Go on. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say. So I have a really good. I have a really interesting Sam and Tori theory. You know, in the set, and this is kind of like this adds on to your theory, Cobra Kai world. Where I don't know if you guys read it, where Sam where Sensei Kim has Tori put out of commission in the Sekai Tekai tournament, and Kreese just kind of like Kreese is just like devastated with that. That was his theory, and Sam goes in and wins it. But I'm thinking like with my theory, it added on to CKW's theory. Sam goes in and she does like a combination, like a sort of like a combo. Like the first move that she does in Sensei Kim's top student that put Tori out of commission is a Miyagi Fang move that she learned from Johnny and Chosen. Is Miyagi Fang. The second move that she does is her own move that she learns from Tori and Mike Barnes, and if he comes back. And then the third move that takes out Sensei Kim's top student is a move that Sensei Kim knows about because a move that Master Kim tried to teach her, but she could never master. And in doing so, and because of that, because Sensei Kim couldn't master it, she never taught it to her other students. So and that includes her top student. But he did teach Kreese, but Master Kim was able to teach Kreese, who did master it, who in turn taught it to Johnny, who in turn teaches it to Sam, and Sam uses it on Sensei Kim's student and takes her out. And it's a move that's in Sensei Kim's family. Like it gets passed down from one generation to the next. Like that could motivate Sensei Kim to want to kill Sam, taking that, like seeing it as a personal insult. Like Sam is personally insulting her family, as well as being the one to stop to foil her plans to spread her grandfather's legacy through his teachings. And if she gets into a fight with Sensei Kim and she goes after Sam, like there's a fight after the Sekai Tekai tournament, which we could all see, and Sensei Kim targets Sam, and she attacks her the same exact way that Tori attacked her back at the school that in season 2. And Tori's like witnessing this, and like suddenly she gets flashbacks of what she did to, like of the school fight. Tori gets flashbacks of the school fight, and it's like suddenly dawning on her what she did to Sam. what you know, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
suddenly she gets it, and especially when Sensei Kim puts Sam in the exact same position that she was in right when Tori was about to stab her with her spikes. Only this time, Sensei Kim has a real knuckle duster, a sharper and longer one, where she attempts to fatally stab Sam. But Tori gets in her, but Tori, like, finally bringing her redemption to full circle, jumps right in and saves Sam, and gets an actual scar of her own while doing so by
Yeah.
the knuckle duster.
Yeah, that's a very well thought out theory. I'd say that definitely. I mean, I could definitely see as far as like the redemption of Tori, or you could even say the redemption of Sam a little bit. It can go in so many possibility ways, but that was definitely a good one. And
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
I think even if it does not go in a way, it'll go in a way like that with Tori jumping in the fire to help Tori.
To help
I mean,
Sam, you mean?
what the hell? Yeah, yeah, she's gonna help. Yeah, yikes. Yes. All right. Sorry about that. Tori helps Sam, of course. Or even Sam going to help Tori. But I think Sam already kind of did help Tori in that one scene in season 5, where she
Yeah.
went to go help King. So I think seeing Tori do that would be really impactful for Tori's character. And I definitely agree with the different fighting techniques. I think Sam will definitely learn a lot of different fighting techniques, and she'll use them all. I don't think fighting in a certain way really matters as long as you're like fighting with honor and you're fighting for. I think that's like the true
Yeah.
purpose of Miyagi-Do. And like Miyagi
Yeah.
said, like you got to fight your own way. The way you can't fight a way where it's not you. Of course, you don't do like terrible stuff like but that's not Sam.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
I don't think
her.
I don't think she is a bad person.
No,
And
she's not
sometimes
a
and
good
even Tori, she did bad things, but I still don't think she was a bad person. She was
no.
just influenced a bad way. Sam was not influenced a bad way, so I think that's why. Oh, I
I mean,
think
the only thing I will say about Tori is that in regards to her rivalry with Sam, Tori was the bully. She was.
yeah, it's definitely a blurred thing. You can say like, oh, I guess you could say Sam did this to Tori, but like in overall, we're talking physically, emotionally, and everything. Yes, Tori was definitely more the bully. I think it's just kind of common sense, really. I mean,
I mean,
I
yeah.
mean, I mean,
I've heard a lot of people say,
you can still love Sam way more. You can even, I mean, you can even, I mean, not Sam. You can still love Tori way more. You could be a big favorite character, and you can even like not like Sam
yeah,
as a character at all. But I think if you're just like looking at it, I would definitely. I mean, yeah, Sam did some a little not the best things to Tori. I guess you could say like teasing her and doing a couple stuff, but that's like nothing
Sam
really
was
that bad.
aggressive
It wasn't like clawing with like claws or beating her up or busting in their house and stuff and all sorts of
right. And to
stuff.
Sam's
And
credit,
just yeah, go on.
And to Sam's credit, at least when she visited Tori's house for the first time, she knocked, as opposed to Tori, who kicked in her front door when she visited her house the first time.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true. That would have been funny.
What,
She
what,
just busted open the door and says, and just redoes the whole
yeah.
house fight. I mean, that would not be good. Okay.
What do you think, CKW? What do you think, CKW?
Good theory. Brilliantly well thought out.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with this. Will Kylo Ren make it to the finals? No.
Nope, he can stay in Star Wars.
Yeah, because Kylo Ren, a lot of people liked him as a villain. I didn't personally like him. Thanos, he could do a quick little snap right before right as they're about to do the crane kick to snap the whole Miyagi-Do away. That's a good theory there. Commander Cody come in, yeah. I see Commander Cody and Sensei Lawrence being good friends actually. Good friends. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then the finale, Thanos revealed that the dark side had been working with him to win the tournament, confirming Marvel and DC collaborating. I know I know you guys are joking, but if I'm gonna say this right now, if DC and Marvel ever collaborated, holy crap, that would break the whole world. I mean, I would I don't know why, you just do it. I know it's legal things, whatever, different universes, but come on, guys, seeing Marvel and DC characters in the exact same universe would be something we never saw ever, like in anything really, because of the whole
Yeah.
legal thing. I would love to see that. Maybe someday in the future. I think both of the companies are too scared to do that. It'd be a big thing, and it wouldn't even work anyway if they're following the MCU and the DCUE because they're just different universe. And the whole DCUE is going to get a whole remake anyway, which I think is dumb anyway. I don't know why they're recast Superman. That's just absolutely the dumbest thing DC's ever done. So, and it's also just disrespectful to the actor. But we won't get into these. We won't get too off topic. But I think that season 6 will begin with the court scene of what happened with events of season 5, and Silver and Daniel, Johnny chose Mike Barnes, maybe get Stingray will be there.
I don't think so. Cobra Kai doesn't do court scenes.
I do think we will see like something like a court scene with. I think we will see a court scene with Silver, because we kind of had something, and it wasn't really a court, but it kind of, you guys could say it was kind of like that when they're at the community trying to get the All Valley back, something like that. I think, but not even that. What I'm trying to say is with stuff with Silver. I think seeing him in there, like either him paying out the judge or manipulating the judge, or just whatever he does. I would like to see a couple of scenes of him in court, maybe. Or you probably don't even have to show it. You could just like say it just happened. You don't necessarily have to show it, but I think seeing that would be really cool.
Or imagine this. Imagine if at the end of season 6, we get a scene where the cops pull up and arrest Johnny, Daniel, and Mike Barnes, saying that they have video evidence that they broke in and assaulted and attempted to kill Terry Silver, and they're like really confused and being put in handcuffs, and they're like, where did you guys find that out? Like, how did this happen? Mm-hmm. And then suddenly a limo pulls up, and Silver comes out and says, look who's free as a bird, and look who's free as a bird, and look who's becoming jailbirds. And he just watches and he says, oh, don't worry, I'll make sure to take really good care of all of your students. By the way, Danny boy, what size Cobra Kai geese do your kids, Sam and Anthony, wear?
Oh shit!
Oh damn! I'm about to call out.
Dang, all right, creators. Josh also had it. You got.
You gotta share that. You gotta share that with Jacob and Strike.
You gotta spread that out there, because the creators have not started writing. They have not started writing season 6 yet. They've not started writing, so they got to hear that before they start getting that writing room. They got to hear that.
Jesus,
I want to make sure.
That's a good idea.
I want to make sure I get their right sizes for when they finally join my dojo.
That's something I could see Silver saying.
Let me piggyback off of that. So Daniel's in jail. He has one phone call to make. He doesn't make it to Amanda. He makes it to Julie Pierce.
Yeah, that could be. They do know each other.
Maybe.
She is possibly Mr. Miyagi's other student, and they do know each other. And for all we know,
that's if Mr. Miyagi told them about Julie Pierce, because the one.
Believe the writers confirmed they met at Miyagi's funeral,
and that he knows about Julie.
I mean, it's not confirmed though, because one thing is he only mentioned Daniel once, and he never really, even in the next Chronicle, we never really saw him talk about Daniel with Julie. So
doesn't
it make sense for both of them to attend his funeral? So
that they did meet, and that Daniel does know Julie. Yeah. And he did stay, and we don't know how long Mr. Miyagi stayed in Boston. He stayed there a while, so
I would assume he stayed there until like around maybe Julie like went to college or something.
So, yeah,
maybe he got back in contact with Daniel after a while. But one thing I will say about that Silver thing, I do like that. I do like how that sound, but I do not see Silver coming out at the end of season 6. I see him coming out early on. I don't see that being I mean, it could be that way, but I can't see a whole season without Silver not being the villain. I mean, Kim. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like Kim. I mean, I guess kind of, but like I don't not like her. It's just like I don't see her carrying as the show villain for a whole season. I think Silver should have that, and I think Silver could. I think there's a lot more to explore of Silver's character, actually, a lot more to unfold of him than. So I think if season 7 will be the last season, and that's gonna be the season wrapping up the whole show. I think Silver should be the whole villain in season 6, and Kim be more of still like a side villain, you could say, but still play important roles in the show with the characters. But I see Silver being the main villain, getting out somewhere around episode 1, 2, 3, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and I kind of like also could see. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's definitely final boss material. But we don't know. We don't know what we're gonna get with Sensei Kim. I mean, in the writer, and you gotta admit, in the writer's hands, they could make the smallest villain wind up being the biggest. That was in the Karate Kid, and that we never really thought much of. Wind up being the biggest threat, or biggest, even the biggest hero of all time. I mean, look at what they've done with John Kreese. Nobody, I mean, we all thought from season 2 onward, even when referring back to the Karate Kid, it's like, oh no, he's definitely dying as a villain. He's not going to get redeemed, and there's no way that but sure enough, season 4, very little bit, they started it. They started it little by little, and we never even saw that coming.
Yeah, I think anyone who watched Karate Kid for the first time, or even back when it came out, I think no one, like rational person, thought he was getting redemption. I mean, I've always thought ever since season 2, even started getting redemption. Ever since that one scene in the what's it called? The inside that one homeless shelter. That's where I was like, all right, I think John Kreese is more important. In season 3, I was kind of split with it. I was like, all right, well, we see him doing all this evil stuff, but also these flashbacks, you know. And season 4, that's when I was like, all right, John Kreese is getting a redemption, needs to happen. And then season 5, just, you know, that was like John Kreese's best season. And then I started to like John Kreese's character a lot more. So one thing I will say about what we were talking about a little while back with the stuff with one thing we'll want to bring up real quick is the stuff about Chosen and Johnny and Mike Barnes breaking in Silver's house. I think Silver can use that on them because after he gets out of jail, you know, if one theory that a lot of people talk about, John Kreese dies in season 6. You know, a lot of people, a lot of Cobra Kai fans, you know, kind of believe that theory, him dying in redemption, but like people just don't die like from nothing. Like I don't think he'll die from like a heart attack or anything like that. I feel like it should be like a like him defending someone and getting redemption. I think the person that could kill him is Silver, and if that's gonna be in season 6. Then either it has to be the last season and he goes to jail, or else you're gonna have to find something else to do in season 7. And I think season 6 will set up the Psycho Tight guy. So I think instead, and this might be a little too, you could say, over the top, but whatever. I think instead of them going to jail, I think he will say, well, I have a lot more dirt on you as well. So if I'm going to jail, you're coming with me. And I think he might even like manipulate them to do stuff in season 6 just to set traps for them, just so he can have that backup plan. Like, I have all this dirt on you, and he can manipulate payoff judges. He'll have all this stuff. So he'll basically say, well, let's just end at the Psycho Tight guy, which I know is kind of basically rehashing the whole thing of season 3 of like, let's just end it at the tournament. So that's the theory kind of sounds good until like that part. It's like, all right, well, that's kind of rehashing. It's a little campy, you could say, like, oh, end at the Psycho Tight guy who goes to jail. But you know, I think that's a pretty cool way. If Silver is going to kill John Kreese and get redemption, that has to be the final season, and Silver goes to jail, or else they have to find a way to do something with that, because you can't just.
What I was leaning towards though is that even though we can't see Sensei Kim as a major villain now, as the main villain now, who knows? In season 6, in the writer's hands, we could feel differently. We could feel differently. And it's the same thing if they bring back that villain from Karate, the Colonel, I forget what his name is, from the next Karate, Dugan. Like, I don't like Dugan as a character. I did not like him in Karate Kid 4. But if we get Julie, if his returning allows us to get Julie Pierce back, I'm all for it. And again, like I said, in the writer's hands, in John, Josh, and Hayden's hands, I would be all for it. I would be all for it because they've proven they could take something they could take a character, like I said, that was completely useless and dumb and not real and didn't was awful, like just like blah. Like you never want to see that character again, kind of, and turn him into like the biggest threat of all time, and actually make you want to see him again. You know what I mean? Like, look what they did. Look what they did with Stingray. I mean, like before in season 2, it was like he was just like comic relief, but now it's like after season 4, it's like he's not like the kind, like he's not the main character, but it's kind of like we want to see him a little bit more,
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say, at least with the Dugan stuff, in my personal opinion, I think Dugan was probably the worst written character I've ever seen in cinema history, in my opinion. And
worst villain of all time.
Worst villain of all time.
I agree.
And the one thing I will say about this is, for one, is Silver. A lot of people say he's campy, but at least he's enjoyable and he was fun. And Thomas Griffith brought us like a really good stuff to it. And I think if you just watch Karate Kid 3 just as like a movie, whatever, you're probably not going to catch it. But like if you watch it and you really think of Silver's character, think of his backstory, and think about everything with Silver, I think you're gonna find more than just a campy villain. I think Silver is a lot more haunting as a villain in Karate Kid 3 more than anyone. So, but the thing with Dugan is, but Silver is also like a huge villain. Like everyone will want Silver back. Dugan, most people don't even know who he is. Like no one even remembers him. And next Karate Kid. So I think then bringing Dugan back would be not a good idea. I think Ned, Dugan, all those characters can stay where they were. I think bringing them back, even if you could do a huge redemption thing, whatever, it still would make some sense.
Not even giving them a redemption.
Not a redemption. What I meant to say is like even like you do like make them back and you make him actually like an interesting character. I would not even like that just because of how small that character was and how much it's going to take away from Silver and his spotlight. So I do not think Dugan should come back. I think the only character that should come back for the next Karate Kid is Julie, and I think she should come back kind of like how Chosen came back in season 3, where it's not like huge, but it's kind of just, it does play a little part for like a couple characters, and it's just like a good to see him back in the show and like in the universe.
Oh, I just thought of a good idea. I just thought of a really good idea of how they could bring him back, and how they could bring Julie back. Like let's say Daniel gets really like injured, like to the point where he can't continue to teach karate anymore. Not to that point, like not permanently, but like let's actually say that the Sekai Tekai is in season 7, and this happens at the end of season 6. Let's say if there's like a major attack with it, like let's say Sensei Kim and her students and come to Miyagi-Do while Miyagi-Do is like still preparing training for the Sekai Tekai, and maybe not Kreese because Satori's there, let's say Kreese is there, and he's like furious to see Tori over at Miyagi-Do.
Just seeing her in a Miyagi-Do gi would leave him heartbroken.
Yeah. And like he's going to accuse Daniel of stealing his student from him. And that's going to like put him over the edge. And like,
I mean, yeah, I agree with that kind of, but one thing I will say, this is a thing I've been saying about John Kreese in season 6 a lot, which I want to see is I think him knowing Johnny is in Miyagi-Do now, which I think he will join Miyagi-Do, of course. But I think him knowing that I think he actually would like to see Tori in Miyagi-Do, because I think he will. I think in
Not in the beginning, like not if he just
not
walks in.
not of course not in the beginning. Are you talking about this is gonna happen more in the beginning or like around the end?
Like sort of like like let's say like near the end. Let's say like he just
because as he's still in,
like,
you think he'll be in Cobra Kai at the time?
Like let's say Tori says that she's like he tries to get Tori back in the beginning, and he very nearly succeeds. But then she sees him with Sensei Kim, and she's like, you know what, we're done. You can team up with her after what she did to me. We're done. And she walks out, and John Kreese doesn't know what she's talking about, and Kim acts like she doesn't know what she's talking about either, and tells Kreese that they need to get back to business, and there's more important and they have more important things to deal with. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. If she's as loyal to you as you say, like basically playing on John Kreese's mind. Our heartstrings for Tori. She'll say if she's as loyal to you as you say she is, she'll come back. She'll come back to you. She'll come back to you, just like I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
yeah, because I think because if he does, because I think Kreese will go to Cobra Kai, which a lot of people say, a lot of people that really want to see Kreese get redemption, they're like, oh, I would go to Cobra Kai, he's supposed to get redemption, which I agree, but I think, like he said Silver was not, he said Cobra Kai is not the problem, it was Silver. Now that Silver is gone, right. I think Kreese will go there, and he'll be with Kim, and he will, and when he finds out what Tori did to Kim, he might actually start,
You mean the other way around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said what Tori did to Kim. Tori didn't do anything to Kim.
Yeah, right. Sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. Yeah, I gotta say it in my head before I actually say it with my lips. Apparently, because yikes. But because because what I will say is, well, one thing I want to add to this is, in season 5, I think he fully understood the damage is what he done to Tori. Like as he saw, he's like he didn't really know the damage. Like he's like, what should I feel sorry for? And him in prison really put that in his mind. Like I really messed up with Tori. I really messed up with what do you say, Johnny. With Johnny, and what my lessons may work sometimes, and it may have definitely worked in the war, but these are really damaging, like these kids, and I think he understood that, and maybe he doesn't want to say that, maybe he wants to try to believe something else, but I think he does know that now 100%, and I think with him, and when he starts training the other students, he might start teaching the students in a different way that Kim does not like. And I think that's when Kim will kind of betray Kreese in a way with Silver. But one thing, if I don't think Tori will go to Miyagi right away for one. I think at first she'll be on the fence of it. She'll feel pressured to go in. She wouldn't want to go in right away. And I think after a while she will actually go to John Kreese, and she'll see him in Cobra Kai. And I think that will kind of push her to go to Miyagi, being a little bit more mad at Cobra Kai, and mad at John Kreese. But one thing I think Kreese will actually want that because he knows what Kim is doing, and he thinks that. Listen, I think she's better off with Johnny, and I don't think he would necessarily like to see her with Daniel or just seeing her in Miyagi-Do.
Like let's say.
But I don't. But I just don't see him like going like off the rails and like having a whole freak out. I think he'll be fine with it, but he won't approve of it though.
But let's say that's. But let's say this, like, let's say he goes looking for, after Tori leaves him, after Tori says she's done with him, like somewhere towards the end, like maybe episode 8, at the end of episode 8, he sees Tori, he for whatever reason goes maybe to talk to Johnny, to talk and have him talk to Tori. And when he goes over to Miyagi-Do, no matter how difficult it is, he sees Tori in a white gi training with Daniel, and that gets him like really furious. And he goes to Sensei like mad, and he goes to Sensei Kim, like not mad enough to what you said, not mad enough to what you just said, like to go off the rails, until he talks to Sensei Kim and tells her what he saw. And Sensei Kim kind of manipulates and pushes his PTSD buttons like Kreese did Silver.
Oh shit.
And
oh wow.
And that's when they agree, and they and their students go over to Miyagi-Do and attack everyone there. And Kreese is so like in war mode, like he was back at the dojo. Remember, he tried to strangle Johnny, and Johnny's like a son to him. And he's in war mode.
Like when he gets put back in that mindset, I think there's no boundaries what he can do.
That's what I mean.
I think when he was fighting Johnny, like he might have would have killed Johnny. He might have felt terrible after it. He might have been the most depressed person in the world after that. But in the moment, he was doing it, and that's I think that also, yeah. Go ahead.
Sensei Kim puts him in that mindset, like she knowingly puts him in that mindset, and when they go over to Miyagi-Do and battle it out with the Miyagi-Do students and the senseis, Kreese goes after Daniel, like really goes after him. And Johnny's like nowhere there, you know, like he's somewhere else and chosen somewhere else. And Mike Barnes isn't there yet. And he goes after Daniel, like he really goes after him, and he like brutally, like in a no hand holds down, beats him down, like. And Sensei Kim's like helping him, or she's taking on Sam and Tori or something like that. But like it's mainly just Kreese and Daniel. And Kreese beats Daniel so badly that he thinks that he's dead, and because he can't get up, he can't move, and he's like his eyes are closed. He assumed he finished him, and he gets up and he goes to Sensei Kim's like, it's finished, we're done, we won the war, and they call off their students and they leave. And Daniel gets put into the hospital, like really, really badly. Like he's really, really bad. Like the doctors tell him he can't continue. He can't continue to teach for quite some time. That's when we see him pick up a phone and he calls Julie Pierce. Like he's like in a sort of like a scene where that in a sort of similar manner that Kreese called Silver at the end of season 3, and he weakly dials the phone, or a man. Actually, it won't be even better. Sam or Amanda picks up the phone and calls Julie, and says, "Hey, we need your help. We're in a desperate situation. Miyagi-Do is in danger." And the scene ends right there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a good theory. I think the only part I would kind of disagree is I just don't think Kreese would be in Cobra Kai that long, and I don't think Silver would be in prison that long. And I think because if Silver's coming out of jail, you know, Kreese and Silver are not going to be in the exact same dojo.
Well, yeah, no. What I mean is like Silver could come out of jail like maybe at the beginning of season 7, like even before the Sekai Tekai, and like Kreese could leave Cobra Kai right when Sensei Kim tells her student to put Tori out of commission, like right in the middle of the Sekai Tekai, and the moment he sees her do it, he's like, you know what, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm done. Screw Cobra Kai. Screw your Cobra Kai. This is not what I want. This is not what I wanted. You're gonna attack my granddaughter. We're done. And he leaves. And he even goes back to, and while Tori's recovering, he even goes back to her. He goes back to where she is, and he apologizes. And he's, I'm done. I'm done with Cobra Kai. I choose you. I choose you.
I agree with that. I just think personally, I think Kreese will make that choice earlier.
Right, that's what I mean.
I mean,
Well-
but before, earlier on, because the reason for that is because for many reasons. First off, because I don't see Kreese being a villain this season, and I also don't see Kim being the villain this season. So I think, well, the way the way I look at it, I mean, I think it could go either way, and I think the theory is well thought out. But the way I see it is, Kreese joins with Kim she joins with Kim, Tori goes to Kreese, and then Tori eventually leaves because she finally is with Kim. Kim might start teaching, Kreese might start teaching Kim's students a little bit more. You could say soft, and I think as this is happening, Silver will be dealing with his legal issues, and he'll get out of jail, and then he'll actually Kim will actually betray Kreese, and they'll take over Cobra Kai again, and that'll leave Kreese with nothing, and eventually Kreese will actually maybe go to Miyagi-Do and help them. And that's where I could see that happening. But
I don't see Kreese joining Miyagi-Do. I don't even think that Daniel and Johnny are never going to trust him ever.
No, I don't think they will. I think it's Tori that will tell him, and Tori talking to Johnny he still cares for you, and I think Tori will actually convince them to help him, and I think they'll be in a really desperate time. Because after Silver gets out of jail and they put him in jail, they put in everything. Like that season 5 finale was, they put in their whole heart and soul to that fight, and they still could not beat him because of his money. I think they would actually want to. I think they would want Kreese to come in to use him as bait, because Silver still has that sort of anger at him. I think he'll get a little personal, and he'll want to go after, and he want to taunt him, he want to beat him up, he want to torture him, you could say. And I think that's why they would want Kreese. And plus, Kreese knows Silver better than anyone. And I think that's another reason why. And Kreese, another reason I see why Kreese would want to join, because he is in a desperate time. He has nothing. I think he would want to join to get revenge on Silver. That's his main focus. But as he goes there, as he's in Miyagi-Do, he'll start looking for different reasons to regrow his relationship with Johnny, with Tori, and also start understanding Miyagi-Do more and how this is actually good. And I think that can lead into his redemption. And I like that idea, me personally, rather than have it be him be a villain for a long time and then realize it season 7.
Yeah, the thing of it is, I think that he's going to, I think he's going to remain a villain until he dies, until the last few moments, let's say Silver's about to kill Johnny. And Kreese sees it, and he jumps in and literally takes the bullet for him, right in his throat. And it's that's where he dies a hero. I don't see him joining Miyagi-Do. I really don't. I mean, you have to he was behind. He was really the one that was behind Hawk, trashing Miyagi-Do, stealing his Medal of Honor, wearing it around like it was his it was his own medal. He was, and there's no way, especially with the stakes as high as they are, that they're going to trust Kreese with their students. No way.
I don't think they'll be with their students at all. I think they'll just bring him in there to help with it. As Kreese says, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. So I think that's the way I would see it happen. And I could see it that way, of it being built up emotionally to him, but still not turning to that side. And then at the last moment he does. The one part I would want to see, those moments with Kreese and Johnny restoring the relationship. I want to see those moments with Tori and Kreese, and I want to see more of Kreese on the good side
without him joining.
And I don't think it'll be long though. I don't think he'll be in there for a long time. We're gonna have 2 seasons of him being Miyagi-Do, and then I think he'll be in there for a while, and he will start growing really slowly. And then I think Johnny, Daniel, and the whole Miyagi-Do, they'll doubt him. They'll doubt his trust. They'll doubt him in general. And I think that's where he would take the bullet at the end of season 6, which you could say the bullet, whether it's the silver bullet. I don't think it'll be an actual bullet, like a gun. No guns at Cobra Kai. That'll never happen. I remember hearing hearing theories in season 5. Yeah, they're they're gonna be gunfights, gang fights. I'm like, no, not in Cobra Kai. Come on.
Miguel's dad did put a gun on the counter though.
Yeah, but the way I see it is either Johnny on the floor and Silver, he's about to do the bullet, and he's about to do a huge bullet, and he's really knocked out, and then Kreese jump in the way and take it. I could see that. And another thing I will say is, if Silver's getting out of jail early and Kreese is going to be in there for a long time, that's not going to happen because they can't join the exact same dojo. And I also don't want a whole plot of them going back and forth in Cobra Kai and then Kim trying to like get them we don't need that stuff. That's just not necessary to
you know
do.
what? I just thought of something. Like instead of Kreese going to Miyagi-Do, like what if he goes what if instead because they're not going to want him anywhere near their students. They're not going to want him anywhere near their students.
I don't think he'll even really go to the dojo. I think he'll just be more just allies.
Yeah, Kreese doesn't. Johnny doesn't want Kreese anywhere near Miguel or Robbie, and Daniel definitely doesn't want Kreese anywhere near Sam.
Even if he does really kind of join Miyagi-Do, I don't think he'll actually even really be in the dojo or with the students. He'll just be more allies with them under the scenes. That's where I would see him.
What I mean is, what I'm saying is that let's say Johnny officially moves all of his students to Miyagi-Do. Let's say that. And Kreese probably knows where Johnny's old Eagle Fang dojo is at the warehouse factory. So let's say, and this is just a thought, but let's say he recruits again Kyler, Kenny. He tries to move over to. He tries to persuade Tori and Robbie to go with them, and that becomes his dojo. Johnny's old Eagle Fang dojo that he had, the warehouse that he had in season 4, becomes Kreese's new dojo, and that's where he starts training his. That's where he starts training his students.
I do like the idea of that as far as with the Kyler. Because Kyler, I don't think they would want him to Miyagi-Do or Cobra Kai, or he didn't want to go to Cobra Kai, so I think he'll leave. And Kenny, I think him going to Kreese would be far more understandable because he does not want to go to Miyagi-Do.
But he's going to use,
and he definitely does not want to go to Sensei Kim, or Silver. But the one thing I would say I don't like about that, I think them opening a whole nother dojo again, kind of like John when he didn't have no place to go. He did really any sides of the table, so he just made his own. I feel like I can't really see that happening as much because I don't know. I feel like it's just adding way too much. And I think it's just a better thing to do. And plus, I still think Kim. I mean, like I said, it's not necessarily joining; just being more allies under the scenes.
Daniel will in no way let Kreese anywhere near the Miyagi-Do dojo. Especially after the last time. And Kreese, Daniel even said, "You come near this dojo, I'm calling the cops." And Kreese can't even afford. And let's not forget, Kreese is still wanted. He's still wanted. He has to go into hiding, so he can't tell anybody.
Yeah, a lot of people don't talk about that.
Literally,
one thing I will say, I think right up front, I don't want a whole season of him under the run and he's trying to hide from the cops. Let's just. Episode 1, just right off the bat, let's just deal with it. Have him go there, have him tell him a story oh well, I used to be in he could just say I used to be in a POW camp and I felt like I was under and he just escaped, and he could just give a little story, whatever, and then he could be free. Because I don't want a whole season of him being he can't do anything, and how are we supposed to have the John Kreese redemption if he's under please hiding from the cops? So I say let's just deal with his legal issues right off the bat. We don't need to deal with that stuff the whole season. That's how I would see that. And one more thing I will say, like I said, I do not think that he will be in the Miyagi-Do dojo or even will be with the students at all. The only part I would see is him being allies under the scenes. And the reason why I think Daniel would do that is because it'll be a desperate time for Daniel where he feel like there's nothing I can do to stop Silver. He's tried everything, put him in jail, he's done everything where he might even a mental breakdown where he feels like is killing him the only option. Well, and he'll be in a desperate need. So I think he will go to Kreese, or not even really go to Kreese. Tori will kind of talk to him and kind of help, and Kreese will go not because of Miyagi-Do, not because of Daniel, because he wants to get revenge of Silver. That's where I see it. And then as he in there, his priorities will change, and they can start getting his redemption.
Well,
That's what I see.
They could build it up in season 6. They could build it up in season 6 if
Yeah, they could.
or like if Kreese, like let's say, and this is a big if Silver gets out at the end of season 6, and this is before the Sekai Tekai, I could see them maybe building it up like towards Kreese, maybe possibly potentially maybe allying with Daniel, though they did have that option with Daniel and Johnny in season 5, and they put it and they threw us a curveball with it.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think that's a little different because he was in jail and they kind of had stuff under control. But I would say season 6 is a little bit more desperate measures, you could say, for both of Kreese and Daniel.
Kreese is
but
gonna have to,
I'm actually gonna caught up on the chat because we're really behind. Okay. I'm only back on the DC stuff. DC would win. I don't know. Depends. Yeah,
$5 billion.
Probably more actually, because like I don't know why. I mean, come on, you guys both want to make money. Just do a crossover. It depends what you mean by Avengers. Are you talking about like the original 6? Or are you talking about like Endgame?
Justice
Avengers?
League for sure.
It depends. If you're talking about Endgame, because Avengers is actually a huge team.
Hold on now. Justice League has Batman, Superman.
The only person
Green
that
Arrow.
will really win that is Superman, because Superman that he
Justice
would
League,
take
like
out
Justice
the whole.
League's a powerhouse, like compared to
Yes.
Avengers.
Well, you're talking about the original 6, like Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, or are you talking about the 500 Avengers that we saw in Endgame? It depends what Avengers you're talking about. But yeah, probably Justice League. You're talking about the original 6 because Justice League has Superman. The only person I can see putting on like a really good fight is like Thor, because he's like a god. So, but Thor from the Avengers, not the new Thor. That Thor sucks. They would get those free arrested. That sounds like him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Confirming Silver will be the villain of season 7, maybe. But I still believe that he will be the villain of season 6.
Yeah, I just don't think that like Kreese is going is maybe going to Kreese is going to even ally with Daniel and Johnny and Chosen, and plus if they bring Julie back into Miyagi-Do, that's like 5-6 senseis that they got, so it's like there's going to be no need for Kreese.
No. I'm not talking about a sensei at all.
If they were going to have Kreese join the good guys, it's how season 5 would have ended.
Yeah, or season 4.
I mean, there's an understanding. Well, I'm not saying he's gonna throw on Miyagi-Do.
Daniel actually helped Kreese in prison, then Kreese would have teamed up with him. But
yeah,
Daniel's like, nope. He goes, nope, no mercy, motherfucker.
It's like they're planning on just keeping Kreese as a not allying with any of them, except for possibly Sensei Kim.
Yeah, but like I was saying, there's a bit of a difference. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying he's gonna go, like put on a Miyagi-Do gi. He's gonna go in the dojo, start training the students, and be there as a sensei at all. I'm just saying when Silver gets out and he's starting to take over the dojo again, it might even start attacking on Daniel and his own kids, because now he's really furious. So I think them out kind of allying with Kreese just to use him as bait, kind of like they don't really care about him, but I think as he's in there, like it's just the getting there part, which is the main focus. What I'm trying to say is Kreese will go there because he has nothing, he has no money, he lost everything, and he got kicked out of his own dojo, which I think will happen from Kim, and now he wants to get revenge on Silver, and now it's his opportunity. Why not? And then also Daniel, on the other hand, he cannot beat him on his own, and him using Kreese as bait would be a good idea. And also Kreese knows Silver better than anyone, so even getting advice from him. So and he would not be by the dojo, he wouldn't be by the students, but as they're with each other, to see the getting their part is one thing, but as they're with each other, I think Kreese priorities will change as starting to what do you say? Start growing a relationship with Johnny, maybe, and just seeing good scenes of Johnny and Kreese again before, if Kreese does die. I don't want there to be no more scenes and he just dies. Redemption. I want to see more scenes of that, and also more scenes of him and Tori. And I also would like to see if Kreese does start coming in. Of course, Daniel will still. Not come in, but I mean, like, if Kreese starts allying a little bit, of course, Daniel will doubt him throughout the whole way until he gets his redemption. I agree, but I will think he will start seeing a different side of Kreese, which maybe he understands, doesn't like, but maybe he does respect him just from his backstory.
Yeah, well,
because
I think that we'll see, like, I think we'll definitely see Kreese redeeming a little bit more and more, but it'll be like in separate scenes with Tori and maybe Johnny, but not. I don't think Daniel's going to use Kreese as bait. It's not in Daniel's character. He's not going to do that. I mean, it's in none of their characters.
I mean, the thing is, I think that'll be like his only option.
No matter how desperate Daniel is, like, he's never going to ally himself with Kreese. I mean, him and Johnny pretty much proved that towards the end of season 5. They're never.
But he there's a different way to get it. You know, he didn't have to do that.
They had a chance, and they.
Yeah, well, it's not. Well, the thing is, of course, he would not let Kreese out of jail when he could just get it without doing it. But what I'm saying is, like, if he just uses Kreese as bait, because he's not going to Kreese because he feels bad for him. He does not care for Kreese at all. If anything, this is more damning to Kreese than it is good, putting him out there by Silver. I think him using Kreese would actually be, what do you say? Like, it's not like he's not going there for Daniel. He's not going there for Daniel. He's going there to be put in the position to even go there with and just get opportunity. Just get one chance to take back Cobra Kai.
He didn't even see it that way when Daniel said, "Oh, I'll call your lawyer," and he didn't even see it that way at all. That him allying with Daniel would actually benefit him in regards to getting revenge on Silver. He just wanted to, he just wanted to get out of jail. He just wanted to get out of jail and do it himself.
But that is when he was out. That's when he was in jail. What I think is he'll already be out of jail at this point, and he will already been to Cobra Kai, and he'll be kicked out by Kim Da-eun, and he'll get beaten up by Silver, and he'll have no money, and he'll lost everything. And I think he'll be so. And like I said, all this is possibility, and we will have to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have to wait to see what happens. But also, too, something else I'd like to point out is when Kreese found out that Silver nearly beat Daniel to death. He considered that a consolation prize. Like, he didn't even.
Yeah. And notice Tori actually felt bad about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think he does care for Daniel at all. Right.
That's what I mean. It's like,
because the thing is with him is if he does not care about someone, he does not care. Right, if he cares about someone, he cares. And there's nothing in the middle of Kreese. So I think, like I said, him going to Daniel, it's not like, oh, I want to help Daniel. I want to help him take down Silver. It's more of like, I just want to get one last chance to take back Cobra Kai, or just one last chance to just get Silver, because it's all I have now. Like, it's all the only thing I have in life. The last thing I have in life is this grudge. Last thing. I don't care if I get there because of Daniel or whoever, as long as I get there.
Think of it as though they want to take down Daniel, Johnny, Chosen, and Mike Barnes, should he join, are going to want to take down Cobra Kai. Not just stop them, take it down permanently. Johnny even said, Cobra Kai's got to go. But John Kreese is not going to want to do that.
I actually believe that
that's going to be the divide right there.
Yeah. I think that's his stance now, as he wants to go back to Cobra Kai with Kim, but as he's in there with Kim and he starts seeing more of Cobra Kai, especially when he gets betrayed by Kim, literally the granddaughter of the founder of the whole Cobra Kai gets kicked out and betrayed by her. I think that's when he'll put in the mindset where Cobra Kai it was a mistake, and maybe what he was teaching was good for me at the time and place I was, and maybe some of the Cobra Kai lessons do help some people in certain situations.
Well, here's the thing.
I believe that he will. Yeah, after he gets kicked out, if this does happen, of course, he will see Cobra Kai needs to end, and he wants it to end. He wants to end what he started, because now it's just became something so bad, and and it's not even more of him wanting and Cobra Kai. It's more just him getting that revenge on Silver. That I think that'll be more his main focus, or even getting because or even getting revenge on him. You could say for kind of betraying.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's good. Just let me finish on with this. I don't think he's going to want to end Cobra Kai. I do think he's going to want to continue because it's his legacy, and I think he's going to want to continue his legacy. So I think it's going to be revealed that when Kreese does eventually die, he made a will, and he names in that will Tori as the owner of Johnny's old strip mall Cobra Kai dojo. The one dojo that Johnny nor Silver does not legally own. Because that place, as Robbie pointed out, that place was cleaned out.
Rid of it. Yeah.
He kind of got rid of it. But Kreese owned it. So
yeah, I would always like to see that theory. I've always liked that theory because, like, if he does die redemption, and he does die redemption, and Tori sees that, I think that'll put in Tori's mind like, I want to continue this. I want to continue his legacy, or even like the vision he had, but not being manipulated by. Because I actually think he had a good vision for Cobra Kai when he first got out of Vietnam.
He did.
I think it was when he and he was a good person. I mean, those flashbacks, he was a good person.
Yeah.
It was more of him. All the PTSD. It was the PTSD from war, and then it was him going to, what do you say? Him going to what's his name again? The founder of Cobra Kai.
Right. It was Master. It was his Cobra.
Master.
It was his
because I think him going there, that's where he was put like, all right, this is right, and this is where it's supposed to be. And I think he never broke from that. And I think around season 5 he'll break from that. And he's like, he will maybe want to take back Cobra Kai to his own way, but like, I feel like Cobra Kai will be way too broken. Even the founder of the whole style of his whole vision kind of betrayed him.
He's not going to want. I'm going to say this right now. He's not going to want to end Cobra Kai. He is king. He is Cobra Kai. He said that. He said, "I am Cobra Kai," and who better to run Cobra Kai than Queen Cobra herself? Even if she, like, I'm talking about like right at the end of the series, like the last episode.
Yeah.
And like she renames the dojo. She doesn't want to call it Cobra Kai. She renames it. She renames it Queen Cobra or something, or something cool. Something Cobra. Something Cobra.
Yeah.
Like, because her Karate Alice is Queen Cobra, and the Snake of the Dojo is female. That can't be a coincidence. The writers are most likely going to be doing something with that. Or I think she's going to run it the way.
I think it's a good. Sorry. I think that's a great way to end off her character.
Yeah.
Her being a sensei, and also her carrying on the redemption, the legacy of what Kreese always wanted but never could achieve because he was manipulated by the style of the Cobra Kai.
With that being said, I think Sam is going to go to Okinawa with Chosen and continue Mr. Miyagi's legacy.
That would be a good way to end her character too. And if they ever do pick up the show way on in the future after it ends, having it start with her having her own dojo would be a great way to start. So if they ever do pick up the show way on in the future after it's ended, that'd be a great way to start. So I'm getting caught up on the chat now. And I don't think it'll end with I don't think the show will end with Silver breaking out. The ending needs to be satisfying. It can't end with a cliffhanger.
Oh not the series. No, not the ending. Series. Maybe the ending of season 6, but not the ending of the entire series that ends the show. I think
Kim will bring on her own students, and I think Kim's students she'll bring in. I don't want these like second value or not second value. I mean, like, I don't want no blurs with them. Like, oh well, they're a little bad child. No, just make them be bad guys. All right, just make them be bad guys.
No redeeming qualities at all. Like,
for so many reasons, because we had so many redemptions. Like, when we're ending the show, it needs to be good versus bad. We can't have like, oh, but it's good, but they're kind of bad. Like, no, we're not doing this anymore. The way final showdown of Cobra Kai needs to be good versus bad, Miyagi-Do versus Cobra Kai, and that's where it ended. Right. Since it's Kim students need to be evil, and that's the way I want it. And I want only like one
versions of the main of the main evil shadow versions of our main 4 kids. Or 6 kids. Evil version Sam, who doesn't have a conscience, who doesn't care about what anybody thinks or how her actions affect people, and wouldn't hesitate to stab you with a sigh. Evil version Tori, who has no compassion at all, and would gladly rip your face off with spikes, whose anger is in check and wants to actually be violent and doesn't care. Evil version Robbie, that wouldn't hesitate that would actually intentionally kick somebody off a balcony. Evil version Miguel, who has no honor at all, and full-fledged Hawk would snap his best friend's arm in half without hesitation, without a single hesitation. And evil genius Dimitri.
Yeah, with new students, I think there should only be like 1 or 2 main characters that are actually focused on a little bit, because like I said, we can't have way too much main characters, especially when we're about to wrap up the show a little bit soon, like 1 or 2 seasons. There's a lot of stuff you gotta do with a lot of characters, and you can't start bringing these huge characters. So I say have like 1 or 2, and maybe have like 1 girl be like a rival towards Sam and Tori, and maybe have 1 guy have 1 guy be a rival of like kind of Robbie, Hawk, Miguel, something like that. But don't make me like huge, kind of like I would say Kenny in season 4, something like that, where it's not like really huge, but still cast something to it. Yeah. And then the rest can just be kind of side characters, like Mitch or those guys.
I think. Oh no, Mitch needs to leave.
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything about Mitch. I was saying like
to watch wrestling.
Yeah,
I was saying like they could be side characters like how Mitch was.
Like literally, like that actually pisses me off. We have no chicks. No offense, Sam. I'm like, bro, how do you even get girls? What the hell?
Yeah, what I'm thinking is that season 6. Yeah, that's what I was like, he had no prayer with Sam. What I'm thinking is that season 6 is going to reveal that Sensei Kim was actually Sam at one point. She was a mix between, like she was Sam, like she had Sam's character, like before she met John Kreese. And but then John Kreese, but then after bonding with John Kreese, she became more like Tori. So like Sensei Kim could be like a combination of Sam and Tori in terms of personality. Like she could have been like, it could be revealed that she was once like Sam as a little girl, we saw the pink gi, her wearing the pink gi. And as she got older, it gets revealed that how she became more like Tori, except hers is a lot worse. No redeeming qualities whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so it could be like how Tori could show like how Tori could have become if she didn't have if she didn't have Amanda's guidance if she didn't get Amanda's guidance when she did back in back in season 4.
I could see him focus on a couple stuff with Kim. I mean, give her a little backstory. I wouldn't mind that, because if you're gonna do something, a little big of Kim, I still believe that she like he says, secondary villain. I still believe that'll be her role, but you can still do stuff with that. You could still show a little bit of her past or show a little bit of her, because her just plain evil, I would not mind. I mean, I'm not saying she's gonna take your redemption or anything at all, but what I'm saying is her just staying the exact way she was in season 5. I'll be fine with that. Like, just keep it like that. But I wouldn't mind if they tap into a couple stuff for characters from the past and stuff. I mean, that would be cool, as long as it does not take away like huge screen time or huge arcs from other characters. Like, but I think the creators will find a way to
she could represent what Sam and Tori could become if they didn't have the right, if they weren't under the right influence. Because think about it like this: Sam considered Mr. Miyagi like her Tamne, her grandfather. Yeah. And what is Master Kim to Sensei Kim? Sensei Kim's grandfather. So it's like, and I think
And
she's got
and he's like the opposite of like the polar opposite of Miyagi. Like he is like
that's what I mean.
He is like the dark and like
Tori
light,
is like a granddaughter, and Tori is like a granddaughter to Kreese. So it's like Sensei Kim could be like, that's what I'm saying. She's like the perfect combination of Tori and Sam in terms of personality that it gets revealed. Only only she's there to show maybe possibly represent to Sam and Tori what their life could be, what they could become if they don't let go of their rivalry, if they allow their hate and their anger to consume them, and they were not under the right guidance. Like they were not under the right guidance at all.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. It'd be a cool little analogy.
What do you guys think?
I mean, I like that. That's a pretty cool idea. And yeah, I think that could happen. Freddy from the first movie is the true villain of Cobra Kai. Honestly, yeah. I mean, geez. I mean, that guy was
that radio,
pretty rude.
That Allie's radio is the true villain of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I mean, wait. Johnny said in season 3 that he did not run over. It was Dutch. But if you watch Karate Kid, Johnny clearly ran it over with his motorcycle. I don't know. He must be getting like I don't know what he was thinking. He definitely ran that over that.
Well, can't remember
that thing
accurately. He can't remember.
That's
everything.
true.
That was over 34
That's
years
true.
ago.
Yeah, 34 years ago. Did I run over this or not?
What do you think, CKW?
I'm pretty sure Dutch is the one who ran it over.
Yeah.
Nah, it was Johnny. It was Johnny. I know it. It's Johnny.
Well, what do you think?
Actually, I think it was all 3 of them. It was all 3 of them, actually. They all ran it over.
What do you think of my theory about Sensei Kim representing to Sam and Tori, about what they could become, being a combination of both of them and showing them and representing what they could become if they hadn't been under the right guidance, and if they don't let go of their anger and their hatred towards each other, or in general, they don't get past it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like it. It's really cool. And yeah, I mean, if you think about Freddy was a fake friend. Yeah. Freddy was a fake friend.
Yeah. This guy is lame.
But hey, he did get the title, the Karate Kid. Like, oh look, it's the Karate Kid. So he did kind of get the title. So shout out to Freddy, but
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. It's like, hey, look, it's the Karate Kid.
Yeah. And Terry is working for Freddy, and his plans to take over the Valley. Interesting. I feel like they can bring back Julia without Dugan. Yeah, 100%. I think Dugan. In my opinion, I think bring back Dugan would be.
Like if they do, I could see happening the way that I said. You know, like yeah, that would be great. But I could do it. I could see it happening the way that that I said. Maybe not with Daniel, but Daniel gets really badly injured to the point where the doctors say he can't continue karate for quite some time, and they need another sensei. And Amanda or Sam says, gets an idea. And they pick up the phone.
If Sam knows who she is.
She probably does, because she probably went to Mr. Miyagi's funeral, because again, she considered him a grandfather.
I mean, she definitely did went to the funeral, I believe.
And
she was really young, so I don't know. I don't know if they actually ever had like a real bond relationship. But if she does come in, the type I want to see the most of her is her interact with Tori, definitely, because of her. Of her losing her mom and her parents in a car crash, and her having a tough life, finding Miyagi though, that could be really good for Tori. Also seeing her with Sam, like he says right here, teaching her that would be cool, and also seeing her for Amanda, they could have a cool friendship as well.
Yeah,
kind of like with her and Jessica. That's what I'd like to see, and also of course with her and Daniel. We never actually saw the two original Miyagi Do students kind of interact. So I like to see that.
For all we know, Daniel and Julie could have maybe a potential brother-sister bond or something. Like they could have called each other, like if she was Mr. Miyagi's student and they were close, and Mr. Miyagi considered her to be a daughter. He did. He considered her like a daughter. He loved her, just like he considered Daniel like a son. they have to know about each other. It doesn't make sense. Even if it was barely mentioned in the next Karate Kid, and the writers confirmed Daniel does know about Julie, and they did meet at the funeral. And for all we know, they could have maybe potentially a brother-sister bond after that point.
Yeah.
For all we know, and this is and I realize it's out there, and I'm not saying that's confirmed or anything like that or whatever, but we can't rule that out. And with that being said, Sam or Amanda could say, you know what? I think I know someone who can help, who can stand in for Daniel. And next scene we see, that's similar to how John Kreese called. That's similar to that scene where John Kreese called Silver at the end of season 3. Said only this time it's Sam or Amanda that picks up the phone and dials the number and says, "We need your help. Miyagi-Do is in trouble," and ends it right there.
Yeah.
And it's very discreet about who they could be talking to.
Yeah. In season 3, learned that Chosen had his own dojo. I think that Chosen will bring his students to the valley to join the dojo. I do like the idea that he could bring them there to teach them before the Saikai Taikai would be cool. They'll have them go there. Just seeing the students in Miyagi-Do, the original place of Miyagi-Do, the Miyagi-Do students at the real Miyagi-Do place would be cool.
Yeah.
They got to nerf Daniel for Kreese to beat him up.
Yeah.
That's true.
I would like Kreese to join the good guys. Yeah, not necessarily join, but just them.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that were going to happen.
I don't see it. I think
I see it, but it could happen
before that even happens.
I don't see it happening. If they were going to happen, they would have done it in season 5.
I feel like they had to focus on Kreese first, to even do that.
Late to do it. It feels too rushed.
I feel like I actually think it's kind of perfect time for me, because I think season 4 and season 5 you're setting up Kreese, getting his redemption, him understanding his past mistakes, and then now he's out. So, but
if season 6 is the last season, we don't get a season 7. That's what I mean. It's like it's there's no point at this,
and that's why I think there will be a season 7.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe we'll have to see.
Yeah,
but I feel like the end of season 6, it'll feel a little rushed. Like there's still a little bit more stuff that they can do, but season 8 would be a little dragged out. So I think season 7 is the perfect place to end it. I think it's the best spot.
Yeah, but I like the idea of them confirming without the possibility of Julie coming back without them necessarily confirming it. Sort of like similar how they did with Silver, like confirming it but not confirming it. At the end.
Yeah. Well, I think they did kind of basically confirm it though, because he was looking at this picture.
The actress that plays Julie Pierce, she said that she hadn't gotten a phone call yet, and
she wants to return. She said she does want to return.
Yeah,
and I don't think she'll be in season 6 because she's pregnant right now.
But that's what I mean. It's like at the
end. It depends on when they're filming, though, because they said writing starts in February and then production starts a few months after that.
Like at the end of season,
it's possible by the time that production starts, she delivers the baby.
It could definitely be in season 7. That's what I mean. It's like I'm talking about at the end of season 6. They confirm, but without necessarily confirming, and they set her up for season 7. Which would be even better timing considering she's pregnant.
Yeah. Just like Amanda said, you need to fight a monster. You need to fight a monster.
You might need a monster.
You might need a monster. Yeah, I think that could be a way Daniel could look at it. Kreese will be an anti-villain for the most of the season. Yeah, he'll probably make a couple mistakes, kind of like his past self. But I think he will be a chase man in season 6.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. I think Kreese will be an anti-villain. No doubt about that. I just don't see him.
I think he's always been an anti-villain. I
just don't see him allying with Daniel at all, or at all, no matter what anybody says.
Kreese would be right. Kreese could be right. Maybe they won't be able to take Silver down without him. Yeah. And I also think that I don't know. What do you say that? Silver will have a lot of bitterness towards Kreese, so he might actually just want to just like torture him and just attack him. So that's why I came with that idea of maybe Daniel using him as kind of bait to maybe
I don't
stop
think so.
Silver.
It's not within Daniel's character to do that. It's just not
I,
within his
I,
character.
I think he wouldn't care, honestly. If it might hurt Kreese or it might happen to Kreese, I don't think he would care. I think he would do whatever he wants to get Silver down, because I think Silver befriended him, his family, and everything.
Daniel stooping down to Kreese's level. That's
that's
Daniel
not happening. Like, I don't see Kreese doing that. I don't see Daniel doing that because.
I mean, because I think
Amanda wouldn't like that.
I think Silver will
to his level.
Yeah, it's like when Daniel was stooping down to Johnny's level in season 1 by doubling the rent.
Yeah, Amanda didn't like that,
and she called him out on it. And he immediately went back to Mr. Miyagi's grave, and he turned around and he went right back to his old self. And he even
he still tried to get him banned from the All Valley, but still.
I mean, even in season 2, when Sam says we're gonna fight, when Daniel says to Sam, we're gonna fight Cobra Kai and we're gonna take down the students, and Sam was like, I don't want to fight them, they're my friends. And that's when Daniel, again, like he did when Amanda called him out on that kind of behavior and thinking, he reeled back and said, you know what, we're not going to fight them, we're going to help them, because they've just been taught the wrong way.
But the only thing I would say is I think it's still possible, because I think in season 6, when Silver comes out, he is going to be ruthless towards Daniel, and I think he might mean threaten his business with LaRusso Auto. I think he'll threaten his family. I think he'll threaten a lot of things. I think him using Kreese to get to Silver, I don't think he'll be like, oh well, I don't want to make sure Kreese don't get hurt. I don't think he'll care about that, in my opinion, just because of the measures he'll be under. But it could go either way. But we'll see what happens.
No matter if season 5 was an indication of anything, it's that Daniel is not going to stoop down to Kreese's level. No matter,
I don't think he's really going down to his level.
Well,
he's just using them to.
He would be if he didn't care if Kreese got hurt the same way Kreese didn't care that Daniel got hurt by Silver. He would be.
I mean, yeah, I can see it that way. But I still think I think in season 5 is a little different, because he was in jail and he did. I think him letting him out of jail would be like, all right, well, come on out of jail. Like he could still get his way without doing that. I feel like in season 6, the only way he can get his way if he does it this way, because I feel like he'll be.
Make Daniel seem more like a villain than.
I don't think so, because if Silver's friend his family, what's more important, Kreese getting hurt or potentially losing my business, or Silver friend my family?
He doesn't want anybody to get hurt. It's not Daniel. It's not who Daniel is. Not even Kreese.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but I can go either way. But I personally believe something like that could happen. Maybe not exactly that way. Maybe not exactly that way, but it's just something like that. I think that's what I would like to see.
I love your theories. Don't get me wrong. I love your theories, and you're making me think about things I never thought of in a way. I just don't see it happening, because you have to look at the characters and how they are in terms of personality. Like, believe it or not, in terms of personality, there is no gray. There is no gray. Like, you can be in the gray, but in terms of personality, there is no gray. It's either who you are or who you're not. And that's not who Daniel is. That might be who Kreese is, but it's not who Daniel is. And if Daniel does do that, then it'll be a continuation of what that colonel did to Kreese. You know, like, Kreese thought that he killed the colonel, in Kreese's mind, the colonel lost. The captain lost. But in a way, he won because he turned him into exactly, and he turned him into himself. You know, like Kreese, in a way, that captain won because Kreese allowed himself to become just like his captain, just as ruthless as his captain. And if that,
I would like to kind of rephrase it a little bit of what I was saying. Maybe not more view them as bait. Maybe more of like, it's not not like bait. More of just like an ambush, you could say. Like it's not like they're taking Kreese and like I think Kreese would be like, I think they'll tell Kreese what's happening, and I think that they'll kind of set it up with Silver going to Kreese, and then they'll kind of ambush Silver in that way, and try to do something
Kreese
like
being
that.
aware that he's bait.
Yeah.
Kreese being aware that he's bait.
Yeah, because I think Kreese will want any opportunity he can get to take down Silver, and that's where I see Kreese and his mind.
But Daniel not. But
after he gets kicked out,
I can't see Daniel not caring whether or not Kreese gets hurt. If
Kreese agrees to it, I don't think it would be such a bad thing.
If Kreese agrees, then I could see it. But for Daniel not to care about Kreese getting hurt, that's like
I think I kind of used like the wrong words of bait. I mean, what I was trying to say is more like an ambush thing where like they kind of team up with Kreese for like a one thing, just because he's under a lot of pressure and he might even lose his business from Silver, and he can't beat him by his own. Silver might be too smart.
I could see that. I mean, I could see that now. I mean, I could see it better now. But yeah, Daniel's going to care if Kreese gets hurt. He's not going to want him. He's not going to want, no matter how he feels about Kreese, he's not going to want that. Johnny's not going to want that. Johnny won't want that even, no matter how he feels about Kreese. He's not going to want that. And it's like I said, if that happens, then the only thing that Daniel will be proving is that he's capable of becoming just like Kreese and Silver. And in terms of that way, they'll win, because just like that captain won. It doesn't matter what Kreese did to him. It doesn't matter that Kreese killed him. He won because Kreese became exactly like him. He became as ruthless as he is. Yeah. And if Daniel does that, the only thing that he'll be proving is that he'll be proving Kreese and Silver right, that he is Cobra Kai, and that he is capable of being exactly like Kreese, and maybe possibly even Silver. Yeah. And he wants to follow in Mr. Miyagi's footsteps.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi wouldn't do that.
No.
Yeah. I think when Silver gets out of jail, he'll want to get revenge on Kreese. So he find Kreese. They fight. They have a fight, and then Silver beats him up, turns him into the police. I don't know if they'll turn him into the police. Iron Man 4 and Hulk carry the Avengers. Yeah. They have Superman, Wonder Woman, and Flash. Yeah, basically like all demigods besides Flash. The OG6. Yeah, I would say the Justice League win that. Superman would easily destroy everyone except 4 in seconds. Yeah, I agree. Way of the Cobra, Hulk in general, not the movie version. Can give Superman a fight? Yeah, I mean if you look at the comics and even like the animation films, like even with Mark Ruffalo's Hulk in the Avengers, it still wasn't fully Hulk in my opinion. And the new Hulk is just terrible. I don't want to talk about that.
2003 Hulk destroys Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
Yeah, and 2008 definitely. 2008 was just a different breed. But I really did like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk in Age of Ultron, but it didn't last long because after the next Hulk of Mark Ruffalo would see is Ragnarok.
Because it's being run by a Mickey Mouse.
That's true. I mean, ever since went to Disney, they've been a little, not the best. I'll just say that. Besides a couple projects, Silver could beat up Kreese and his revenge turn him into the police.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. I don't see him going back to jail. The only people that Kreese cares about is Johnny and Tori. I mean,
and Robbie.
Yeah,
Johnny cares about Robbie.
He
What?
cares.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need more good guys. We need more good. We need more good guys versus villains.
We
And
need
the end,
villains
no more
that
great characters.
are gonna
Yeah,
rival.
if they're adding any more
Miyagi
characters,
Dynasty.
no more great characters. You've done that. You've done it great, but we're coming up to the end. That's the way it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because how are we supposed to have a satisfying? How are we supposed to have a satisfying? Yeah.
Kim's Dojang needs to be bad to the bone, just pure evil.
Yeah, exactly. How are we supposed to have a satisfying ending of Miyagi-Do versus Cobra Kai if Miyagi-Do wins and it's like you feel bad for the bad guys because they kind of had little gray areas? That's not going to be a satisfying ending.
Yeah.
You gotta have bad guys, and that's the way to
season
end it.
As of season 5, the lines are drawn. We have our good guys, and season 6, we're going to have our set bad guys. No redeeming qualities whatsoever. Oh, and also like for a future, like in case if you want to do this, like for a future video idea, what Sensei Kim represents to Sam and Tori, like what my idea about how Sensei Kim for either you or CKW to like do, and how
I could probably do a cool video on that.
How she's a good combination of both, and how she could also help them see what could happen, or how she's a good combination of them both, and what could happen, what could have happened, what could possibly happen to Sam and Tori if they continue to go down the routes that they're on and didn't have the good influences the good guidance that they had in their lives.
Yeah.
And if they don't let go of their anger and hatred, and what it could turn them into.
Yeah. Daniel was an idiot for trying to shut down Giant Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I still
understand.
I still understand where he's coming from, because he looked at Johnny the same way he looked at.
He was way too paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he should have just mind his business. I can't believe Daniel, if he didn't care if Kreese gets hurt, like why would he care?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if Kreese does get hurt, but I can't see Daniel actually caring, maybe being curious, but as opposed to just being curious, but not to the point where he actually does the one, not to the point where he is actually the one that sets up, that does the setting up that leads to Kreese getting hurt, like intentionally getting hurt.
That's not in his character.
Yeah.
It's like he knows that like Mr. Miyagi wouldn't like that.
Daniel won't go out of his way to brutally hurt Kreese, but if his family is in danger, then he won't care as much. I mean, I think his family is the priority one. So
I think that his family actually would actually be the one that stops him from intentionally from not actually. I think his family would be the one that actually gets him to care if Kreese gets hurt because of him, if he does do that, or if I think his family would actually be the one to basically give Daniel all the more reason to care if Kreese does get hurt. It's like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, kind of. I could see that, because it's not more of just caring for Kreese. It's just more of setting a person up to get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd see that, but like I said, I used the wrong word, bait, not ambush. I mean, I'd say more of an ambush than bait. I used the wrong word there.
Kreese being aware that he isn't an ambush, and that he's willingly teaming up with Daniel to ambush Silver.
Yeah, that's what I was more trying to say there. But if it wasn't for Kreese, Johnny wouldn't be where he is in the show right now. That's true. I mean, I think Kreese definitely did a lot of bad things to Johnny, which I don't think was intentional at all. But it did mess up his life. But
strangling him.
But kind of like what they Johnny and or I think it was Daniel said, when they're at the one party in season 5, well, everything kind of happened for a reason, and all kind of ended up good. So everything that happened, whether it's bad or good, I think in the end of the show, all the bad things that happen, I think it'll all be good for one good big reason. It'll all be like little blessings in disguise, you can say. So
Yeah.
because I think some of the mistakes that happens or the bad things that happen to you could shape you into a better person, or just a person who, it puts you in a position of life where you get more than you thought you would get. So I think everything that happened in Cobra Kai happens for a reason, and Karate Kid, I think even if it seems bad at the moment, like even the stuff with Miguel falling off, it was terrible at the moment, but was it good for maybe Miguel as a character growing as a person? Was it good for Robbie growing as a person? Yeah, kind of. So
yeah, like for Johnny, he learned to not try. Like Johnny learned from Kreese to not to care. Like Johnny learned from Kreese to actually care about his students to the point where he won't try to strangle them over a second place trophy.
Yeah. So
second place is no place. You're off the team.
You suck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was yikes. But at least Miss Miyagi came in there and saved the day. Call of the Cobra. Yeah, it's needed for the character of Johnny. Yeah, and for our characters of a lot of people. Everything happens for a good reason in this show. Kinda, not really, but you know what I'm saying. the big story overall, you could say. Everything that happened to the characters is needed for the story to move forward. Yeah. It started because Miguel's a grandma. Yeah, that actually is true. Like just small stuff like that. If that would have never happened, there would be no Cobra Kai.
No, actually, it started with Allie's radio, all the way back in Karate Kid. If she hadn't been if she hadn't turned on that radio, if she would just went off and talked to Johnny instead of turning on that radio, all of this could have been avoided.
Yeah, I think there's probably
Johnny just took it out of her hands and just smashed it.
Yeah, there's probably there's at least like about 20 trillion different scenarios that could make the show went different, and it's just crazy to see how everything followed in place perfectly. So yeah, it's been really good, and all thanks to the show writers, the creators, the actors, and even the people behind the screen, the directors, the people who hold the camera, the people who hold the light, the makeup artists, the editors, composers, the whole crew really just brought all something together that I think should be appreciated throughout cinema forever and ever, even when it's over, especially as it's happening as well. So yeah.
Peyton List is the MVP, and Mary is Mega Goat Mary. And William Zabka and Ralph Macchio and Courtney, how do you say your last name?
Hank Neller.
And Vanessa Rubio, all of them, they're
all the actors and actresses are absolutely
Lolo
legendary.
And Tanner, all these people, and Gianni D'Enzio and Jacob Bertrube, all these characters that all these actors who made these characters make us feel connected to all these characters and remind us a little bit of ourselves when we were that age, and just connect, allowing and just giving us the chance, working their magic so much to the point where they not only remind us a little bit of ourselves, but we actually connect with them with our hearts.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's why Cobra Kai is one of my favorite shows. It's one of the shows where it's been the most personal shows. There's been a lot of characters that I've connected to. It's just there's a show universally for everything. I can watch it any time of the day, whether you're tired, happy, excited, whatever it is. And there's so many different characters, so many different point of views, so many blurs, and so many different stuff, and it's just it all coming together, which it just makes the show amazing. Yeah. And I mean, in my opinion, I'll say this right now, I personally think Breaking Bad is the best show in the world. I
understand.
But there is a difference between best and favorite. Cobra Kai has meant the most to me, but that's just one out of 7 billion people in the world. As far as the best show in the world, Cobra Kai is still up there in the top 10 in my opinion for best, because I've watched a lot of TV shows. This show where I've seen it done the most as far as different point of views and stuff. That's one of the best parts about it.
Like three of the characters that I connect with the most is Miguel, Sam, and Dimitri. And you know, like I'm like mostly Miguel though. I'm mostly like Miguel, where I was just so much like that when I was just so much like him when I was his age. But Sam a little bit in terms of that, you know, like that wanting to speak, you know, speaking my mind, and you know, just really caring about the people that I care about, like how she stands up for people. And Dimitri, where I had like my nerdy side, you know, like my nerdiness.
I think everyone, I think we're almost pretty sure all of us has a little bit of that, you know.
Yeah, especially that's probably gonna be Sholo's only movie as Blue Beetle since DC's recasting everybody.
Yeah, DC. I mean, James Gunn, if you do cancel this movie, I'm just saying right now, don't do it. All right. And like, I would love more sequels. I'd love to do more of that. But if it's gonna be a one-time movie, I wouldn't be so mad about it. But like, if they cancel this movie, James Gunn,
like, if you cancel Blue Beetle, you're gonna get attacked by Cobra Kai fans. I'm just saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. What characters do you guys relate to, like the teenage characters?
I mean, I kind of like relate to like almost every character in a way, besides like I would say like Kyler and stuff. But I don't know. I think the one I could say I relate to, it's kind of hard to pinpoint like one. There hasn't been like one individual character where it's like I've like really related to like Munch. I would say the fictional character I relate to the most is probably more of like Rocky and stuff. But as far as in the show, there's been a lot of scenes and stuff. There's been a lot of scenes of Robbie, which I relate to. A lot of scenes of Miguel I relate to, and I think the one I might actually relate to the most might be Daniel, but in the original Karate Kid, or at least in the original Karate Kid films. That's what I relate to the most, I would say. And then modern show, and now in Cobra Kai, I would say the show. I guess you could say a little bit of Robbie, or a little bit of Dimitri. I don't know. I see myself in a lot of characters in a lot of different ways.
It could be different characters, you know, like with me, like I said, I related to Miguel the most because I was exactly like him at his age, but I also relate to Sam too because I was the same way when it came to the people that I cared about, and at the same time I was also a people pleaser too, like her. Like she was in the first few seasons, and it was just like her, I slowly grew out of that. And like I said, Dimitri, where I had my nerdy interests, where people kind of like considered me kind of like a nerd, a nerd too. What about you, CKW?
Who do I relate to the most?
Yeah, the teenage cast. Of the teenage
probably Robbie and Tori, probably.
Nice, yeah.
Like how? I'm just curious. I mean, if you don't mind me asking.
I relate to Robbie in a way because, whenever I was his age in school, like I prefer to like keep to myself and, just be a lone wolf and just go solo. Tori, I kind of relate to in a way, like just being able to like speak my mind, be, just like straight to the point, and, like the whole mother situation. I lost mine 6 years ago.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
She overdosed, and right now my sister's going down the same path.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that.
That's actually sad.
Yeah, really for real. Sorry to hear that.
I mean, I'm truly sorry. I mean, I didn't mean to, like, I hope I didn't make you feel, like, uncomfortable. I didn't
No, it's
I didn't
okay.
mean it. But I also
And I'm thankful for what I have now. Um, my stepmom's awesome. My dad's awesome, and I'm thankful to have them in my life.
Nice.
That's
Happy to
really
hear
good.
that. Yeah.
Also want to add to I also now want to add to Robbie to my list because like with my Asperger's I kind of am a little bit of a little bit of a loner, so I can relate to him a little bit too on that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could see that too. I mean, I never would really like go up to people and kind of talk to them. I'd be more just to myself. I mean, I wouldn't mind talking
Yeah.
to people, but I was never really that like outgoing kind of person, you know. So
But I'm so
maybe
sorry.
maybe because I never. Oh yes, yeah. I am really sorry to hear that. Well, as well, but I'm really happy. You know, things are going good for you now, and
Yeah,
yeah.
that's really great. What about you, CBK?
That's underground, but
Or underground? Sorry.
Uh,
What about you, underground?
all right. For me, personally, I relate to Kenny and his storyline.
Oh, okay. Seasons 4 or seasons 5?
Both
Oh, okay. That's
seasons
cool.
actually, because um in when I was in middle school and my freshman year of high school, I was bullied.
Oh, I'm
I'm sorry to
sorry.
hear that.
That sucks.
And then leading to my sophomore year and at the end of my junior year, I was the bully. Everybody hated me.
Oh, wow.
No lie.
So in a way, like you're also like Hawk too.
Yeah.
Oh,
And 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 at my senior year, I was cool with everybody, apologized because I didn't want to be that kid who everyone hated.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah,
But I'm glad that you're a much better person though now.
yeah,
That's really cool. It's like that saying is like bullies aren't born, they're made.
Mm,
Yeah. You know, it's like nobody's born, evil and hating. And while that doesn't excuse like their actions
right.
at all, and you can't really, even though a lot of people seem to really do, they blame you can't blame the victim for not just like not forgiving the person that tried to bully the person that bullied them. But at the same time, though, you could still be glad that they're turning their life around for the better.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Even for me, in like around 2019, I wouldn't really say I was like a bully, but I definitely did something that was like very bad, which led to a lot of bad things with a lot of bad, and
Mm.
yeah, let's just say it did not end up well. You know, it was a very rough time for me. You know, and basically all the friends I had, they weren't talking to me anymore. One of them was actually trying to beat me up, which was actually I wouldn't be really scared of that, but this guy was yeah, I believed him because he was let's just say he was a kind of a different person. I'll just say that, but it was just a very bad time for general. And then that's when about 2020 or early 2019 is when I changed my life around, you know, and yeah, I used to just and I didn't really focus on, trying to fit in with everyone or trying to do what everyone else is doing. I just focused on myself, my family, and we could say God, focus on what's important. And that's when I would say my life really took a really good shift. And even now, I still, I don't really consider I have like friends, kind of. They're more just like people I talk to. Like I don't really have like a really close friend now because most of them, like some of them moved away or some of them I just stopped being friends with because they just went down a path I didn't want to go down. So yeah, I'm kind of more to myself now, and I just try to focus more on myself and focus my family, and also just focus on, you
Good.
know,
Focus on the positive
Yeah.
things. You know?
Same
yeah.
here. Same here.
I
Same
think that's the
here.
most important things, especially for me.
That's what I do.
Especially for me when I'm only like 16. There's a lot of things that I need to get prepared for when I do move on to like actually getting a job and doing more stuff. So I think focusing on that stuff is more important than focusing on, trying to fit in or, trying to do stuff like get a girlfriend or whatever else these teenagers are trying to focus on, or even getting involved in stuff like
Yeah.
drinking, vaping, or stuff like that, or just trying to fit in. And in general, that stuff never really interested me. It did at a time, but when I did even go there at all, it was fun at the time. Don't get me wrong, but overall, it's not going to be good for you. It's going to leave you empty. So I'm really happy. I'm honestly kind of happy of my mistake because if it wasn't for that mistake, I would have never learned and would never got changed. So like I said, I feel like everything in
Yeah.
life happens. Everything in life happens for a reason. I do
Yeah.
believe that. So hey, it looks like the end of this network is gonna be therapy for all of us. So
Yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed this.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
like
I agree.
like I said, I love your theories. I really do. They're really
And
good.
yeah, and I would like to say I was actually like mad at you. But I do like to debate. I think debating of different topics is fun. There's times where you can have fun debates. Like I had a debate with this one guy, Anchi Kai, and
Yeah.
where he has a view on Sam where he does not like Sam. He's just not like Sam in general. But we still had a good debate and we had fun with it. We just disagree. We talk about our opinions and it's good. And I
Yeah.
always respect people like that who don't have
Oh
to get
yeah.
who don't we don't have to get personal. We don't want
Yeah.
to start bickering at each other, and also just
That's
people
the
who
problem.
or
That's the problem. I
just
mean,
like anger issues. I always respect people who could just respect a different point of view. Like the whole world does not revolve around you. Not everyone
no.
thinks the not everyone
Right.
thinks the way you think. Not everyone has the exact same opinion.
Everybody's different.
Some people watch this a different way. Some people spend through different experience to have a different opinion. So
Yeah.
I would just say respect everyone's opinion. You don't have to agree with their opinion. You don't have to necessarily.
And I always respect your opinion. And
Yeah, and I respect your opinion too. And your theory could definitely even come true as well.
And so
I'm like the guy who comes out of nowhere and says, "So, why do you think Dutch shouldn't come back?"
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, what the
He
heck?
actually commented today. The guy commented today. This guy comments on all my videos saying, "Oh, when's Dutch gonna come back?" You're like, "Oh wait, why do you think Dutch is gonna come back?" I'm like, "Bro, I stated 50 times. The actor does not want to return, man. Just let it go. It's not
But
happening."
even when we say the actor doesn't want to come back, he's like, they could just recast him. I'm like, are you an idiot?
I mean, like,
Go to Cobra Kai fanfics for that.
yeah, fan fictions.
But I hope that I hope I didn't get you mad because I really do
No.
love your theories.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I would say I did definitely disagree, and I did state my opinion, but I was never mad at you at all.
Yeah.
But I always love debating. It's always fun. I think just agreeing of stuff is. I think debating is actually more fun than just agreeing of stuff on everything. I think when you have two people of the same thing, and they start debating on different things, it starts making you think of different things, starts making you understand different views and what could happen, what could not happen. And it's always fun to do if it's done right. Now it's just like bickering, which if I had
The
people
one
that I
thing-
talk to, but I've always respected people that keep it
Oh
with
yeah,
just
so do I.
respecting
So do
and
I.
just
I
having a
always
fun
make it
debate.
clear. I always make it clear I respect their opinion. I
Yeah.
absolutely respect it. There's one thing though that I do want with Tori, and I mean I want Tori and Sam to definitely apologize to each other, but I want Tori to realize what she did to Sam in that fight. And I want Tori to apologize to not only Sam, but Daniel and Amanda for breaking into their house and for all the things that she does. She can't, like, I get why, like, she's a victim in most on the outside things, like with their situation at home and all the things that are going on with her aunt, and definitely in Cobra Kai, she's a victim in that regards. Like she's definitely a victim of circumstance and falling in with the wrong crowd. But in regards to what happened between her and Sam and the school fight and the house fight, she's not the victim. She's not.
Yeah.
She was the bully, she was the attacker, she was the aggressor. She needs to own up to it. She needs to face it. She needs to not act as if she was the victim in that in those regards, and apologize. Face what she had done, admit that she was wrong to Sam and Daniel and Amanda. And
Yeah.
just she definitely owes Daniel and Amanda an apology.
Definitely.
Especially, and that would be so
And
messed up.
just putting through that daughter. That's their daughter. I mean, yeah, she might have done some stuff to you, but that's still their daughter, and you did this to her. Like that wasn't just affecting Sam; it was affecting us.
Yeah, and or even too, even if she just even if she doesn't like, let's say she eventually apologizes to Sam for the school fight and the house fight and bullying her and psychologically abusing her and giving her those scars. Like that's another thing too. I want her to see those scars that she gave Sam.
Yeah.
I want her to apologize to Daniel and at least apologize to Daniel and Amanda for breaking into their house. Because like she was the ringleader. Yeah, Kreese was the heavy, but she was the ringleader. She was the one that led a gang assault. Like that was planned. That was planned. She went home, she changed, she even put a skeleton on. She had it. She
definitely had a plan. Yeah.
She had murder in her eyes for Sam.
Yeah, she hated Sam that season.
Definitely.
Yeah. And that's what I want to see from her character. And that's what I'm hoping. That's why I'm hoping, like, if you guys do a video and with the what Sensei Kim can represent to Sam and both Sam and Tori, like in regards to Tori, she could make Tori see, like, if she continued down this path, if she continued to allow her anger and resentment to get the better of her, that Sensei Kim is somebody that she could become, and she doesn't want to, and she doesn't like, if Sensei Kim starts attacking Sam, like she definitely sees a bigger threat in Sam than she does in Tori. Like, she put Sam in like a chokehold, like for like the second Sam started fighting her, the second Sam intervened with Tori, when she had Tori on the ground, and Sam ran up to her like to pull her off of Tori, she like immediately put her in a chokehold. She was gonna choke her out, and but if she would have too if Sam hadn't blocked. Sam hadn't been able to break free.
I agree with all that, and I think the stuff with Sam and Tori. I mean, even if you are, you could say more of a Tori fan, or you don't like Sam that much, you could say. I think I still believe Tori is a good person.
I do too.
I think,
and I love her.
It's just like of course the blurred lines. It's just the way she grew up. She grew up different from Sam. She didn't have the best parents. She didn't have any like parents. Her mother was sick. Her dad left her, so she didn't have like counsel or advice. The only advice she really got was from Kreese, and that's not.
Her dad could have physically abused her for all we know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe something like that. And so there's a lot of bad things that she went through,
at the same time,
which led to that. So, but that and that doesn't really justify. At the end of the day, Sam was still doing stuff. Yeah, you could say, but Tori was the aggressor, and she done far worse and far bad to her. Why she did it is it doesn't really matter that much of who was the aggressor, because she still did it. Of course, why she did it is good for her character. It's understandable. It's good for her character, and of course, it puts more reasons to it. But it still does not change the fact. So that's why I would say that. And of course, Sam owes apologies to Tori, but I think Tori is the more bigger plead, I would say. I mean,
Yeah.
and I hope there should definitely be some scenes of that. But I'm gonna read the rest of the chat. They'll probably end this now. We're gonna be going for quite some time, so
Yeah.
we'll
But
wrap
yeah,
this up.
that's just like a video, like that's for you and CKW, video idea. What Sensei Kim can represent to Sam and Tori. Like she could be like, for all we know, if it gets revealed that she was like Sam as a child, had Sam's personality as a child, but as she grew older, she grew to have Tori's personality.
Yeah,
Thanks to John Kreese's influence and her grandfather Master Kim's influence. She grew to, and only this time she didn't have she it's worse. It's times 10. It's Tori times 10.
yeah,
Since he
yeah. I'll probably make a video on that. I'm always adding different ideas. I have like a little note thing on my phone which I'm adding ideas. So I'll probably add that, and I'll probably put that on one day because I think
Let's
it's a good
take a peek. No, I'm kidding.
because I think it's a good like analyze Kim's character, to analyze Tori and Sam a little. I think it's a pretty good video. So
she could actually try to mess with them too, like proving that she has a little bit of Silver's personality. She could mess with them too, like even during season 6 to try to break them both mentally, or maybe to try to break Sam mentally.
Yeah, I could see her doing that. I think she's definitely still, you could say, a little salty, a little mad from that loss. So yeah,
I think she sees a bigger threat though in Sam than she does in Tori.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because
Tori, she kind of sees like, I mean, CKW and I kind of agree. She sees Tori as a rag doll, like a torture toy. While Sam, she's going to see as, or maybe she already does see, a legitimate threat in Sam. Definitely after the Sekai Tekai qualification rounds.
Yeah.
Where it was because of Sam that Miyagi-Do was able to get into the Sekai Tekai, and she was not happy with that at all.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, that's good. It's good. All right, we'll read this last chat. We'll have the last chats, and then we'll wrap it up.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. No needs to apologize. Hold on, let me get back up here. Okay, I connect with Hawk the most because when I was younger, I used to get bullied just like Eli in season 1, and I thought I would never have friends. Sorry to hear that, Cobra Kai Hawk. And yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't say I really got bullied, but I would say I did get teased, you could say, by a lot of people that I met because I grew up homeschooled, and I was more of like an innocent person, or you could say like I've been going to church my whole life, and I was homeschooled, so I never really done these things or talked about these things, and I didn't really fit in. They kind of teased me and make fun of me for that, so I kind of felt that way where I would never have friends. So that's when I just try to just fit in with them and did the things they did. Well, she did give me a lot of friends, but it didn't end up good for me. But so I would say just follow who you are. You don't need to change for nobody. And if friends come, they come. If they don't come, they don't come. It's just the way it's got to be. If you're gonna change who you are for something, it may be happy at the time, but overall in your life, it's gonna be really crucial towards you.
Exactly. And be with people who embrace you who love you and embrace you for who you are. Like for me, even though I have never met you guys in person, but like I love Cody and Jacob and you CKW and you Cobra Kai Karate Live and I love you guys. I love you guys, and I just like you guys are like really good people. You guys are like really good people, and like you've really inspired me. And
that definitely means a lot. Yeah,
the same goes for the Kings of Pop Culture. you know.
Yeah. No, those guys are
And
great.
yeah, and you know, it's just you guys are like really everybody here on the live, and everyone here that's in this live, you've all guys inspired me. Like before I met you guys and Jacob, before you guys and Chosen One and Kings of Pop Culture and Strike First Media and Watch Party, I was too afraid to go on. Like I was too afraid to comment and say stuff on the chat and put stuff on there, because people like from what I saw is like people were just like really cruel online. You know, you
Yeah.
post and you just
Yep.
got nasty
Yeah.
Why
comments.
this fandom is
It's
so
hurtful.
toxic.
It's hurtful.
Same,
But then I
same
met
here.
you guys.
Same here. I was afraid too.
But then I met you guys, and you and Bonsai Kai Dojo. Same goes for them. You, Bonsai Kai Dojo and Watch Party. You guys gave me like the courage and the inspiration to go and put what and put my thoughts, and not have to worry
Yeah.
about there being any like a nasty comment coming my way. And
Mhm.
you gave me so much courage that I'm now brave enough to do this. But before I met you guys, there's no way I would have been brave. I would have been way too afraid to come on live and say say what I think and my ideas and all that. So I just want to say thank you to you guys and Chosen One and Strike First Media and Watch Party and Cobra Kai Nation and Cobra Kai Kid and Cobra Kai World. Just thank you so much for the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. And yeah, that means a lot to hear, and I could definitely relate to it as well. With when I first came on my channel and I first started doing this stuff, I was still, like, you could say, very shy to meet new people because I don't know how they would react to some of my theories, or I didn't know how they would even like react to just me in general. And it was until I started collaborating with people. I think the first person I collaborated with was like Cobra Kai Zone, and me and him were both like, we really didn't have like any really subscribers or any fan base. I was probably only like 50. He like had like 2, and then like we just really just grew together. We collaborated with so many different people, and it's made me more confidence to talk to more people, whether it's online or in person. And yeah, it's made me not be afraid. If somebody thinks what I think is wrong, then I'm not afraid of that anymore. It just is what it is. And this is another blessing. It's another blessing with this whole Cobra Kai thing. It becomes more favorite show because it's not just a show; it's just a community around it, which has also changed my life. So that's why Cobra Kai is such an amazing thing towards me, and I appreciate the whole community in this channel because, like I've said multiple times, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, so that's something I wanted to do, but I never knew how to do it. And in the beginning, I was more focused on subscribers and views, and I was doing stuff that I liked, but I never loved. Like I did pranks for a while, vlogs, all sorts of weird stuff. And then eventually,
Pranks.
yeah, I did a couple pranks, and it was quite embarrassing.
Yeah, pranks.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would probably could do my own channel. I just don't have the time. But see, that's how much
I get it.
that's how and I also want to say thank you to Bonsai Kai Dojo too. Because they were the first people that I actually did my first comment on, that when they actually liked. It started building up my confidence, and that's the one thing that I love about this community, and that I hope it never dies even after Cobra Kai does finally end. I don't want it to.
My channel will always stay around.
Yeah.
As far as I can go, and even this podcast, I'm never planning on ending this podcast. Even when Cobra Kai ends, when Cobra Kai ends, I think I will lead into more of, like, you could say, pop culture. But the community that I've built here and the community with other channels and like this whole community that we have right now, I think will always stay as far as I'm concerned.
Too, when Cobra Kai does finally end, because they have been talking about spin-offs, we could still talk Cobra Kai for quite a long time. Like what like
I don't think it's going away for a while. I
got 3 in mind that I would really like.
Where are they?
All right, so First one is focused on Sam learning from Chosen in Okinawa.
That's what I like too. That's what I think is going to happen.
This next one is a prequel series to the
Miyagi,
84
Mr.
Karate
Miyagi.
Kid. It's young Johnny learning from Kreese, and we actually get to see him win. We actually get to witness young Johnny win the All Valley. I think that'd be really cool to see. Where you have like the young Kreese actor, Brett, and whoever they pick to play young Johnny, it's got to be a good actor. I think that would be interesting to see. And my last one is potentially one focused on Robbie and Tori running their dojo together. Inspired by your idea of Kreese leaving the will to Tori.
Thank you.
And if that were to happen, I think Tori would give 50% ownership to Robbie, and they would run said dojo together.
Yeah, I have a couple of that. I'm glad my idea like inspired you. That makes me feel good.
Yeah, you had a lot of ideas that has always opened my mind to different theories and stuff.
Thank you.
So.
What I I've got a couple of spin-offs that could work, and yeah, Cobra Kai, Hawk, I don't know if that's going to actually happen, but a Binary Brothers spin-off could be cool. But what I was thinking, like I said, at the end of season 6, the last episode of the series finale, I could see Sam going to Okinawa with Chosen, continuing to train with them and learning more about Miyagi-Do, and I can see there being a spinoff in the works with that. I could also see a Chosen spinoff. A spinoff with Chosen, like him in Okinawa, and maybe him trying to pursue a romantic relationship with Kimiko, and we getting more backstory about what happened to his parents, why his uncle why he was raised by his uncle. Like, there's so many unanswered questions, things we can explore with Chosen that we have yet to see. And also a Mr. Miyagi spinoff.
Yeah, but it would have to be done right.
Movie. Yeah.
I think it's too much of a risk to even, in my opinion, I think it might be too much of a risk to even tamper with. Because if they do mess it up, it would be haunting.
In the big three's hands, though, and John, Josh, and Hayden's hands, it's in good hands. I mean, and they could even use the CGI. They could even make a younger Mr. Miyagi.
I don't think they should use. I don't think they should use CGI, in my opinion, because putting Pat Mura's face on someone else and be Miyagi, I don't see him doing that. And also having you can have CGI for like small scenes, like that, like we saw with Johnny, or even like in Star Wars that would one scene of Luke, but like a main character, like a whole movie of someone focused on one person, CGI probably would not work for a whole character.
Yeah.
But
also,
I just wouldn't feel right just to put like Pat Mura's face on someone else, and then I think they could do what they did with like Kreese, where you get someone who kind of looks like him, and just as long as the person is dedicated to this and they put in a lot of work, and I really do trust the creators, but I still feel like a little iffy on that, and them doing that, just because like how big that is, because it's not like you're just doing for another character. This is Mr. Miyagi, and the biggest characters of all time, and Pat Murray, what he done for it. If you do mess it up, it's gonna be like a nightmare. It's gonna be terrible, and it's gonna be so bad. So it's just a big risk. But if it goes well, I would love it. It'd be so good.
Another possible spinoff that I could see happening, maybe potentially, if she does get brought back in season 7. And if she does get brought back in season 7, that's another good video for you or CKW to do. The evolution of Julie Pierce and what she could represent to Sam and Tori in a positive light.
Oh, well, you took my idea.
Yeah.
You took my idea.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's just
Not fair.
she mind readed you. She mind readed you. Got it done.
Yeah. It's all good though.
Another possible spin-off idea
It's all good though.
I could see is maybe if Julie does come back in season 7, she trains Sam and Tori. Her training Sam and
Yeah,
Tori.
I want to see that because she knows how to fight blind.
Yeah, she can
Like
actually
say if Sensei Kim's students, or even Sensei Kim herself, like in a fight with Sam and Tori, and she throws like dirt or sand in their eyes, like Julie can actually help them counter that.
Yeah. But I actually see her more of I actually see Julie as more of a rival to Sensei Kim, not Sam or Tori.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like if we don't see them fight, that's a missed opportunity. Like I'm on board with MMA King on that idea. Like they gotta have a throwdown.
Yeah. It's like I could see maybe a possible spin-off with Julie and Sam and Tori. Like if they have a spin-off,
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, with them. That's where I could see maybe possibly Sam and Tori being friends and with Julie helping them, because she's basically a combination of both of them. If you think about it.
Very true. Very true.
She is she's like Sam, where she did come from a wealthy or maybe like an upper class family. And she did train with Mr. Miyagi, who she did develop a close bond with, who she did see like Daniel as a father figure. She is a bit ill-tempered, but she got she is a bit of a hothead like Daniel and Sam. But
she does have Tori's attitude.
And she has Tori's attitude. She did have Tori's life, where she lost her parents, and she basically was against the world, and she felt like the whole world was against her.
Yeah.
But so she's basically a combination of both Sam and Tori. So that is where I could see Sam and Tori becoming friends with Julie's guidance and influence on both of them.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
One-on-one, but not. I can't see it like right now at the like in the Cobra Kai series itself. Like even if CKW's and my theory comes true about where if Sensei Kim has her student injures Tori, and Sam says, I'll make sure that she pays for it, and even if she donates to and even if she wins, even if Sam wins against Sensei Kim's student, and even if Tori does like save Sam, defends Sam, and Sam donates her winnings money to help Tori's family, I still can't see them being like friends. Just because on account of how different they are,
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And a lot of people, when I say I don't want to be friends, they think that I'm going right to you, like, you think you're gonna have a big rival the whole season? Like, no, they're allies, not friends. Because when you say friends, there's like I don't see her being that exact same circle as like Yasmin and Moon. Like I don't see Tori as that. That's not Tori's character. Yeah, and it's not Sam's character. It's not Sam's character to be hanging out with Tori. It just doesn't feel right. And so I think they're gonna be allies, respect each other, be friend likely, kind of like you could say. I don't know. I can't think of a good analogy right now who you compare it to, but like, what I'm trying to say. I just think they should be like allies, not rivals, not friends, just allies at peace, and like that. Yeah. That's the way I see their character. If they do become friends and the characters do find a unique way to pull it off, then I'd be all for it. I'm not saying I don't want it to happen. If they do find a way to do it in a good way, just they can't do it in a way. I don't see a way for it to happen right now. The creators are probably way smarter than me. Well, they are way smarter than me, of course. So if they can't I'm just being honest. They definitely are. Oh yes, definitely. Yeah. So if they can find a way to do it, if they can find, yeah, definitely earn moment and make sure You don't change Sam's character to have her be friends with Tori. You don't change Tori's character to become friends with Sam. In my opinion, I see it more of them just being allies. But if they can find a way to do it good, a good way, I'm good for it.
Here's the thing. Yeah, like I said, if it happens in an earned moment and it's not rushed, if they don't have let's say if they too unrealistic would be as if they open season 6 with them being all buddy friends.
Yeah.
That's way too unrealistic. And that I don't want that, because they do that a lot of times with shows, and it's just, it doesn't make sense. It never adds up, and it ruins the characters. You know, it's like, for the fans, you know, I liked them better this way and not that way, you know, makes no sense. I like them better as rivals rather than friends. But I would, like I said, I would love them for them to be friends through an earned moment, like a really big earned moment.
Yeah.
Or they could, at best, right now I could see them still being rivals, but rivals who are allies that respect each other. Because I think what Tori said to Sam was true. I
agree with you, Cobra Kai Hawk. I was going to say that. Yeah. And I think that should happen. I think season 7 should be that Kim and Julie fight, because who's gonna fight Kim? I want to be. It'd be a little weird if it was a guy fighting her. I don't know. I know that seems a little weird, but if it was, and it can't be Amanda.
Kim does not stand a chance against Johnny Daniel, Silver, Mike Barnes, Chosen.
And let's be real, they do have a Sensei's tournament in the Sekai Tekai. If they and the Sekai Tekai is in season 7, and they have a Sensei's tournament.
And I could see that, because it is a world tournament.
Right.
It's not teenager tournament, it's a world tournament.
And Sensei Kim is let's actually, if it gets revealed in season 6 that there's a Sensei's tournament, and
they need Julie.
Yes. And Kreese and Sensei Kim put Daniel out of commission for the time being, they're gonna need Julie. They're gonna need Julie.
Definitely. And that could be a good way to bring her in. It wouldn't be like she should come in to help us. Like, they would need, if they're doing the division with the girl versus boy, if they're doing it that way. So yeah, well, I think they will if it's a world tournament.
If they're doing a Sensei's division and Sensei Kim is in the Sekai Tekai, they're bringing Julie back.
And there's still some people that say, like, oh, Amanda, but like, come on, no, that's not. She would get destroyed.
Oh, that was so ridiculous. When
I hated when people were saying that.
The season 5 trailer came out, and they said, like, oh, Amanda versus Kim Down. I'm like,
we literally saw her bow one time in Miyagi-Do, and everyone like, oh my gosh, she must be like a master karate sensei now.
Like, she was just she was doing that for her husband, like,
exactly.
Moral support.
And I really want to see a Mike Barnes Silver fight. I'm really disappointed we never really saw that in season 5. We should have saw it. But it was kind of dumb. Mike Barnes just kind of gets knocked out the whole time. That was kind of, I mean, it was probably good for the plot, but
they're saving him.
I would have wished, they probably are saving him.
He's gonna have a major fight. But yeah, what I could see Sam and Tori being right now is rivals who are allies, and like I could still see them like budding, like really having that Johnny Daniel dynamic. And their adult dynamic, you know, like where Sam is the yin to Tori's yang, and Tori is the yang to Sam's yin. They're just like, they're total opposites, and they really butt heads with each other, but they come together for a common cause as allies, not friends, allies. Even if they still don't get along, you know, they're not enemies.
And I think with that, we'll actually probably end our next video. This has been a long one. I think our longest one was episode 51 for about 3 hours, but we're at 240. So thanks for everyone in the chat. It's been an insane network. We talked a lot of theories. Got a couple of debates, and not mad debates, but just fun debates. And also we also got on a little bit of personal stuff, which was really kind of a good thing, I guess. It was good. It was good, I guess. And just this whole podcast was good. You know, it started out with no guest on. It was just me, and it ended off really good. So thanks for everyone in the chat. You guys really do mean the world. Like sit for like 3 hours and watch me just blab on about Cobra Kai. It really means a lot because I remember just
Me
like
too.
just before I would just the only person I could even talk about Cobra Kai is my sister, and she would get so annoyed of it. So I was like, all right, I must make a YouTube channel to talk about it. I didn't
I
even
remember when your
imagine.
sister joined the last stream, dude.
Oh yeah, she wanted to join my Christmas live, and I let her join. So yeah, I mean, she likes Cobra Kai just as much as I do. We when I first watched Cobra Kai, in 2020, like really early 2020, when it was on YouTube, we watched it together for the first time. So yeah, we really she's a big fan as well. So and every time when a new season comes out, we stay awake until like 2 a.m. We watch it together at 2 a.m. So and I always feel bad for my other older sister who's right next to me because we were like screaming on top of our lungs at like 3 a.m. and she gets really annoyed. So every time when a new season comes, Cobra Kai comes out, she has to sleep downstairs or else she's gonna wake up. Because like when Mike Barnes came back, I don't care if it's 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I don't care. I screamed like my lungs almost came off. It was insane. So what I was trying to say is thank you guys for the whole coming in here and thank you guys for coming on the live stream, Melissa, Underground and Cobra Kai World. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for talking, giving predictions, theories. It's been a really fun live stream. I can't wait to do it again, and I can't wait to keep growing this community and channel. And yeah, I mean, if I ever do get bigger and bigger, I'll never forget where I started from. I'll always be here with this community. And if anyone else wants to come do a collab with me, it doesn't matter if you don't. It doesn't matter if you have no YouTube channel. It doesn't matter if you like. It doesn't matter anything. I don't care what it is. Just DM me, and as long as you're respectful and we just have a good time, we'll set up a collab. I actually have a collab with one YouTuber that is called the King of Cinema. He does like reviews on movies, and he just watched Cobra Kai, and I'm gonna do a video of him, and I'll do it live so you guys enjoy that. And I don't want to say this because it might not, but I am gonna be doing another video of Ken Cole soon.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
I might, and I don't want to say this yet because he
You're
did
a Silver super fan.
He is. I did have him on my channel one time, and I want to have him on again. And I might actually be going on his podcast, the KenCast, on his channel, which we might do if we have the time to do it. So if that does happen, I'll be really blessed, and I'll be sure to post it on YouTube and Instagram so you guys get notified of that. But if I do go on that, I would love to see you guys there in the chat. It would be really fun. So
Lucky.
yeah, I mean, hey, if I ever get Ken Cole, I want to get a lot more creators on. One creator I've always wanted to get on was Nation, Cobra Kai Nation. I never had him on my channel, and he seems like such a fun guy. I played Fortnite with him one time, and I've done a couple stuff like that. But
yeah, didn't he wreck you in Fortnite?
Not at all. We actually, I personally think. No offense. I'm not greedy. I'm not prideful, but I personally think I'm a better player. I'm just saying. Anyway,
did you get pwned in Fortnite again?
No, I mean, hey, I was playing with Talk, Strike, and Nation, and we were all playing squads. We got a lot of good wins. Was Nation good? He was like a basic Fortnite player. Like he was not bad, but he wasn't really good. And me, yeah, I'll admit, I spent too much time on that game. I admit, but hey, time comes, time goes. As long as time become like addiction, it's not like addiction for me. It's like after like a long day of doing stuff, school and all the other stuff I do. I've also been trying to work out more. So, and also I might start going back to work. And actually this summer I might join the football team because I did football back when I was like, and you can still go to the public football when you're homeschooled because my older brother went to public, and I am homeschooled, and you can still go to the public football team if you're homeschooled. So I did it when I was like 11 and 12. I think 10 and 11, and I hated it because yeah, it was just a lot of stuff to do. You had to exercise a lot and just running, and the coach was like really rude. I mean, maybe, I wouldn't say he was rude. He was probably just trying to push you to like become good, but like yikes. But I was like 10 years old, so maybe it'll be different, but I would love to join the football team. That would be cool. So a lot of stuff I plan on doing this year, and I don't know what I was just talking about. I just started rambling about football. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
all right, we'll end this. I don't know what I was talking about.
Good night, guys. Good night,
All right,
guys. And Tristan, you were missed. Tristan, you were definitely missed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tristan, and I'm so sorry about the thing with your Wi-Fi. If you hopefully
McDonald's
that,
You're always welcome back.
yeah,
You're always
hopefully
welcome
if
back.
that get fixed, you can always come back on.
Yeah.
Hey, and Underground, send the invite anytime, buddy. I'll just say
Yeah.
that. Okay,
All right,
Karate, you
I'll
beat me. Okay,
see you
that's
guys,
fair.
See you guys next week.
All right, guys, we'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to all these guys' channels. Wait, what the hell? Hold on, frick, bro.
What are you doing?
This is hard. Okay.
Thank
Subscribe to Undergrounds. I mean, subscribe to World and subscribe to Undergrounds. Subscribe to Underground's channel. Okay.
Yeah.
Both of their channels in the link in the description of this video. Subscribe to them. Well, not this video. When I repost on my main channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Always remember, extreme situation require extreme measures. Peace. I'll see you guys next Friday night for our next podcast. Peace out.
Did you think Cobra Kai network?
Yeah, you did.